Hello, everybody, and welcome to Within the Jungle's Veins. This is a D&D campaign about 3 heroes from a divided jungle valley brought together by a prophecy foretelling the end of their world. Who decides one's fate? You or the gods. I am Ananda Montgomery. I will be mastering your dungeons today. I hope you enjoy. The audio quality is a little bit rough sometimes, but this is just a show for fun. We're not, like, professionals or anything. So, I hope you enjoy the D&D campaign.
Ready? We go.
Wait a minute. That's not how that works.
Stop!
It's actually,
You're going to be able to
that
hear
would actually
this
Make
flower.
it. I know it'd make it worse.
Oh, now it says I'm being really loud.
There's no happy medium.
Me.
That looks crazy on here.
Can we do that?
Now that sound, the way the sound looks.
The waveform.
Hello?
Waveform.
Crispy man, that's what they call him.
For sure.
Alright, what happened last time?
Let's see. Last time we met together.
Divisions!
We crashed the
You
party.
guys saw the end of the world.
We crashed the party with the leaders of 2 nations that were supposed to be meeting secretly, and
Nations is a little.
kingdoms,
Kingdoms.
Factions.
cities,
Regions.
regions.
Factions also works.
Yeah, factions does work.
You'll bust it out the thesaurus.
Pantheris and Monteca were meeting. How about that? And then, everyone who was a magic user had a painful vision of
Territories, that's the word I use in my notes. So.
It works.
And then we all jumped on a dragon / flew off to Monteca. Left everyone else in the chaos.
Yeah, you guys both. And I was kind of worried you wouldn't. You guys both took off. You abandoned Jenner in the chaos. I believe you told.
I did tell. Bird.
You told Bird, yeah.
That's what you sounded like.
That's exactly what I sounded like. Oh, babe. Oh, babe.
That's right. I did because I was interested in the fact that...
She's like, you're gonna come to sit with me. You're supposed to come to sit with me.
What's the leader of
Squish
Monteca?
that
What's her name again?
Huh?
The leader of Monteca, what's her name again?
Dracus.
Dracus, that's right. We saw the temple symbols as tattoos all over her.
She's yadded. Yes, you saw her. She has some words tattooed around her arm. Who she did tell Scales is just because she thought it was cool.
Did we...
I'm pretty sure I didn't need
story.
an
A likely
insight check
story.
for that one.
But
Yeah, I believe
we
an
don't
insight
know.
check. He's pretty sure she was lying.
We didn't do enough of, or we don't know enough of that language to know what is said on her, though, right? Like, we just know
Yes,
that it's writing that we've seen in the temples.
exactly.
He also saw that she has magic.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right. What did you see her do?
Like she was
Just
also
that she was all on
recovering
the
from
ground.
Oh, that's right. You,
the
yeah.
visions.
Last time, I did completely forget to have a moment because you fully recognized Scales,
Yeah.
like on sight. I don't know what your reaction to that is.
I did a little bit. I was a little, like, kind of taken aback. It was...
I
Right.
thought you did like a deception check to see how well you had it.
I did, and if I recall correctly, I did really well.
Yeah.
You did do really well. As you are, I guess you're just flying.
I was until I got
Alongside
tired, and then
the-
I jumped onto the dragon.
Okay.
This is a big flight up the mountains.
It is a big flight.
A big flight for the big flyers.
And you've probably mostly flown through, like, the jungle. So
Yeah.
you're not really used to being in the open
High
wind.
altitudes.
Let me smell. Like,
Is this what you wanted? She said yes. It was your bath time.
how are we all feeling as you are flying back up this mountain? You've just grabbed 2 strangers.
Oh, that's right. I jumped on the back of the
dragon and said that I wanted to talk to, what was his name again?
Dracus?
Yak.
No. Yeah.
Yak.
Yak
I
the
was
half
like-
orc.
I'm a friend of Yak.
I feel like, especially after the vision, like there's more going on than just what appearances are. Like obviously there's something bad coming, and I feel like we're not getting answers where we're at, so it's time to start looking elsewhere.
Nice.
But yeah, apprehensive, confused, but also curious.
Okay. Like about him too, specifically?
About him too, but just in general with everything. Honestly, after the vision, except for the fact that like I'm a little shaken more from that than I am from having seen him and having seen him quote unquote before.
Uh-huh.
But I'm
What do you do?
Well, if you remember the nature of that vision you had of him, and I won't
yeah,
it
there's
was also kind of disturbing.
yeah.
Great.
So, like, I don't know if you're wondering if the two are connected.
I am.
Babe, I got roll dice. What are you doing?
Just to summarize the vision, you guys saw the valley. You were, like, looking down at the valley. You saw that it was surrounded by just this thick, shifting darkness. Everything was on fire. Everything was dying. You saw dragons fleeing the scene and, like, screaming. You saw, like, people trying to flee. The skin being melted from their bones.
Was
In
it
the heat.
was it going up the mountains too? Was it like affecting like Monteca?
Yeah, well, actually, there was something about yeah, you see the mountains are, like, shaking and collapsing.
Okay.
I
Do all the dragons fly? I assume they do.
mean, unless something happened to them.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Hashtag
Your dragon's a little
dragons.
psychotic.
She's
Paranoid.
shaken.
Shaken.
Her wing's also a little messed up, right?
It is. She holds it at kind of a weird angle.
This is the content that you don't get on Dimension 20 and Critical Role.
It's true.
Gitty content.
The non-visible cat.
Yes. The non-visible.
And you guys saw a giant three-headed beast sort of looming over everything, watching it all happen.
Did we get the sense that that was what had started the fires?
You can use context clues.
Probably.
Okay.
It was very much like, yeah.
Do I need to roll for insight?
Yeah. Very the end of the world. Nobody knew what was happening. It was all chaos. You guys are now flying to Monteca, which you have never been to before.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't been to it, but, like, you live in the cliffs.
You should probably say our names.
You
That's a good one.
and
you being crew.
Crew hasn't been to before. And,
I've never even been to Scarp before.
Sen, almost called you Bird. Sen, I don't know if you've ever been into the mountains, but, like, you live in the cliffs.
You've probably seen a lot of dragon activity at the very least.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to Scarp either. I've just been to
Yeah.
Pantheris a couple times.
So you've never really even been out of the
Jungle.
jungle.
I feel very weird. I feel naked.
Welcome
It's
to the
very
not
weird.
jungle.
The higher you fly, the more intense the wind gets. The dragon just takes it like a champ. She's from even further north. But maybe you start to struggle some.
Jeez.
And then you guys
Yeah, wait.
see... What time was it?
It was morning when they were meeting, if I recall correctly, right?
Or was it twilight?
I can't remember.
Maybe it
No,
was noon.
because remember was it all the same day?
Oh, that's right, because you had to travel down to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was
so
like
probably is
mid to late afternoon.
Always twilight.
Yeah, I think it's later in the day.
late afternoon, I think.
Late afternoon. You guys see the city of Monteca spread out over the mountains. Scales, this is an everyday thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
However, you do notice as you are approaching the city, you guys are seeing how big it is. You're seeing like how it's all put together, how it looks kind of worn by time, but also like if a city can look kind of patchwork, that's what it is, if that makes any sense. Like there's clearly roads, like parts of roads that are newer than others, but like they didn't replace the whole thing kind of deal.
It's like several small villages merging type
Yeah.
thing. And other villages being added in between them.
Yes, exactly. There's lots of big open spaces for dragons, but so it's not super packed. But
You said including on tops of like the buildings and stuff, right?
that's where a lot of the dragons sleep and stuff.
Cool.
You got big nests. You've been had.
I've been had. This has never happened before, ever.
She's sleepy.
Sleepy, and now she's going to make it my problem. Baby, I gotta roll dice.
She slept on your chair all day today, too.
I know.
I mean, that you.
The kitty needs her
Waiting
23 and a
for
half
me.
hours
She
of sleep.
do. But scales especially, you guys also, but like you don't live here all the time. You don't know what the norm is. But Scales, you have equally never seen Monteca, because there's still a bunch of people here from earlier.
The Dragon Festival.
Yes. But you've never seen this place equally so full of people, and also the streets look almost completely deserted at the same time. You can see that there are big groups gathered around some of the buildings and houses, and they're all packed together when they see you and Drakus returning on your dragons. You can see that they all turn to look at you, but they don't like come rushing out to greet you like they normally would. They're all huddled together. It looks like
Something happened.
people are very alarmed.
Oh, it happened here, too.
Maybe somebody else also had a vision, perhaps.
I believe last time you guys met Bearheart. And what's his name?
Oh, in the
Totally
crowd,
at some
right?
point.
Or in the group that was discussing whether or not to go to this meeting.
Yes. Yeah, Bearheart is a Goliath,
Yes,
and
we should totally
Slip
have,
is a Tabaxi.
Like, what's his name? Be an actual character name at some point.
That would be a good idea. It's like a Mr. Unimportant situation. You see the two of them are like in front of probably Drakus's house, and they're having some kind of a meeting with a bunch of the older warriors.
It's like the rest of the elders, right? I don't remember what you call them. Like the clan leaders.
Did Monteca have clan leaders?
I don't know. There was a group that she was discussing whether or not she was going to go.
Trusted individual.
Yeah.
Her boys.
The
The
game.
boys.
Her squad.
The boys.
Her
the
squad
boys.
is gathered.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of the warriors. There's some like non-warriors too. You see some like kids over there trying to listen in, trying to hear what's happening. And it just looks like everyone is kind of in a panic, but they're not actually freaking out yet. Like they're trying to be cool. But when the dragons appear in the sky, everybody like whips towards you and is just waiting with bated breath for you to land. I'm in the wrong spot on my notes. Hang on.
Is your
Okay.
house close to Drakus's? You being her not quite son, but mostly?
Or not so.
I'd assume somewhat near, probably.
Probably.
Mm.
The dragons land. And as soon as the dragons touch down, as soon as their little feet touch the ground, people start rushing towards you. You see Bearheart and Slip are like at the front, and they're like, "Dragus, General!" And they come running over. And then as they start running, so does everybody else. It's like an alarm went off, and like everybody's rushing towards you now. I don't know how
Sure, this
you
is
two are
great
feeling about
for you.
that.
Well, I mean, my assumption
A lot of
is
people.
like this was confirmation that it wasn't just us that had this happen. I'm going to assume now. I'm wondering, was it the entire valley? Like, how's my family doing? I'm actually assuming probably my family is more or less. There's mostly okay because I don't think most of my family are magic users.
Okay.
I've got a
That's
couple
true.
of brothers that are kind of starting to look at it, but most of them are not. I guess do the one's a paladin. Paladins have some magic, so maybe he did. But I don't think
Yeah, it's true.
either of my parents really are. My one sister definitely, I would say she isn't, but I don't know. She's like a druid, so maybe she did. I'll have to wait and travel back and see how everybody's doing.
You'll never see them again. No.
Well, this was a mistake. Just kidding.
Drakus jumps down off her dragon and
Did the dragons have the vision too?
they did not seem to.
Okay.
I mean, you could ask. Drakus jumps down and she's like trying to talk to everyone. You can barely hear her, and she's got a very powerful voice. You can barely hear her over all the shouting. Everybody, if you like listen carefully, you can hear people being like, "What just happened? We all had a vision. What's going on? What was that three-headed dragon destroying the valley? What's happening?" Like everybody's screaming. They're all very spooked.
They're out here raving.
So I'll lean forward and I'll ask Scales. Like, first of all, thank you for the ride. Did your dragon also have the vision? I'm not sure.
Following the line.
Like
You lean over and
So I would assume no, because wasn't
I said maybe I should ask your dragon. What's your dragon's name?
Helzendrog?
Helzendrog. I'll lean further. I'm like Helzendrog. Did you see the vision as well? Can she hear me ask this?
yeah, you're right there. Babe,
This
She's
kitty.
like, I'm in this.
The
it's me
D&D
for
kitty.
real.
It's me for real. I'm Cenote. Babe, darling, how are we gonna roll our dice? Are you gonna roll them?
She wants to roll.
She wants
Herself.
to roll.
I will roll.
You lean forward, you ask Kelsendrog,
Oh, that's a good picture.
This has never
And,
happened before.
she says, I have seen no visions.
Okay.
Because it wasn't she like trying to like drag me away
I think so, yeah. Like when, you
I
woke
came
up.
out of it.
Let's go! Are you guys staying on the dragon? Are you...
For the time being, I'm like, well, actually, is there someplace we should go?
I don't know.
You could go to your house. You could go to Drakus's house. She often, if there's something to discuss, wants to meet people in there and like have a private meeting. You know this. So you could go there if you wanted.
Sure.
Just wait for her to deal with this.
Yeah. I might take these two there and then
Step back outside.
yeah,
Okay.
see if there's anything that I can do to help. Most likely no.
Sounds like, where's Yak?
Yeah, I do feel like at this point it'd be good
Does
for
he
us to
have
kind
magic?
of
Does Yak have magic? Hang on.
kind of get out of sight because something weird just happened, and then bringing two strangers in with you is probably would just add fuel to the fire.
Who are you then?
Who are you then? Yak
Should we
does
roll?
not have magic.
Should we roll for deception to see if
Does his
we
sister.
are able to get into the house without being seen,
Hork also does not have magic.
or not
Or-
deception,
That's right.
but
Yeah.
Hork and Yak.
you want us to roll stealth to get into the house without being
Are
seen?
you trying to sneak?
Yes.
Then I would love some stealth.
I imagine they are mainly focused on Drakus.
They are.
though.
It's you don't have to roll very high.
That's probably good. Nat 20. Didn't we start last session with one too?
I know we started
was
the
the first
campaign
session?
with one.
I've never sneaked so hard.
You just fly up and over.
Yeah.
NPCs.
They're like, oh, it's another dragon. It's a little dragon.
It's a tiny dragon.
Gamers never look up.
Oh, were you gonna use mine for this?
I think.
Oh, the
we were
mushroom
talking about-
dice.
Yeah, having the
Hell
mushrooms.
They're right there. They're in the brown one. The duality of man.
You got a
That
1.
one.
Oh my god. Okay.
Incredible.
We love rolling D2s. Still genuinely think
What
that
is
would be a
this?
fun magic item.
A D2.
Replace the D20, roll with a D2.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Complete success or utter failure.
You can't
No,
roll
I'm just
something
joking.
else.
Okay, so you, I guess, get there fine. You're not seen at all.
And glide in through an open
does-
window.
It does yak. See her.
Yak definitely sees you.
Cool. I was looking.
So
for
what
that.
happens is, as you're getting down off the dragon, we'll say like a kid near where you're standing points to you and goes, "Who is that?" And the kid's parent looks over, sees that you're a total stranger. And in fact, like, maybe the clothes you're wearing are, like, you know, specifically kind of a scarpish style.
Yeah.
I
mean, yeah.
And her dad's like, Dracus, why are these strangers here? And this, so
And I'm
this,
like, I'm just looking for yak.
so it's not overwhelming, but like this ripple of people noticing that you're here happens. And most people are still shouting about what they just saw. So like it doesn't make a huge difference. As you as you're pushing through the crowd trying to follow Scales and crew, you hear a voice say, "Oh, I know that guy." And you look up and you see Yak standing beside another half-orc that looks very similar.
Strong.
And not because all orcs look the same.
Very strong.
There's a family resemblance.
A sisterly resemblance?
Yes. And he's like slapping her on the shoulder. He's like, I know that.
I'm like, yak. Are they close by?
Yeah, you can run.
I go
over
up.
if you
I
want.
go up and talk to them.
He says, "What's up, little buddy?"
I'm like, how are you? Better than last time. Better than
I am better.
than when we first met. I see.
Yes.
Good.
Well, really scary shit is happening, so that's not great.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but everybody's freaking out. Feeling a little left out, honestly.
Sorry. Yeah, I had a weird vision too. It was alarming. Understandable.
The half-orc next to him says, Yak, who is this? And he says, oh, sorry. And he turns to you and he says, this is my sister. This is Hork. And he turns to introduce you to her, and he's like, I actually don't know your name.
I'm Misty Cenote from Scarp.
This is Misty Cenote from Scarp.
You can call me Sen.
You can call her Sen. And his sister says, what is she doing here? And he says, what are you doing here?
We're just in a line.
We're just in a line back and forth between Yak in the middle. What am I doing here?
That's a great question.
Let's see. Sen says, I came with Scales. We were at the meeting.
I like Scales.
He seems great. We were at the meeting, and I'm here representing Scarp to see if we can all figure out what's going on, because that was a pretty alarming vision that everybody had. I assume we talked about it a little bit on the way.
Hork looks a little bit surprised when you say you're representing Scarp, and Yak says, representing! We have an ambassador!
Like, yeah.
And he
that's
says,
it.
the general has always wanted to be on better terms with the other territories. This is wonderful news.
Oh yeah, the general's always wanted that? That's great.
Yes.
Glad to hear it.
An ambassador of Scarp will, and you get the sense that he's, like, trying to sound You know,
like he knows what he's
or
talking
like he
about.
knows what he's talking about, but he's just kind of repeating what other people have said.
Sure. As is so often the case.
So he's like, an ambassador of Scarp will bring us great profit.
And Sen's like, I hope it will be mutually beneficial for everybody in the valley.
You see, he nods, and you can kind of hear him be like, mutually beneficial. Yes.
Yeah.
I imagine Horks just rolling her eyes. too.
He like holds his hand out to her, and she like gives him a little tiny notebook, and he's like, mutually beneficial. Spelling it wrong,
Spelling it wrong, sure.
but it's
So-
fine.
I'm still, because I know that the people of Canopy are not very popular in a lot of other places. We're like barely in Pantheris, but like the others, like not as much. So again, I'm staying out of sight, but I am like pacing kind of next to the window and trying to listen, and I'm rolling my eyes as I'm hearing.
Mutually beneficial, and you're like, what the fuck?
I'm like,
You two are like, I'm alone right now.
he stepped back out though.
Oh, did he immediately?
That was the plan
He
initially.
was just listening through the window.
So I'm like listening, and I'm also thinking. I'm basically what my thought process is basically. This vision was really intense. It was really big, but it seems to have gone to every magic user in the entire valley, and well, not just the valley, like the mountains, everyone in the area. My big question is
not
why.
Be a valley without the mountains.
Yeah,
It's true, the mountain's a part of it.
like my big question is why, and I'm trying to think what would be the purpose of showing a singular vision to absolutely everyone. And now I'm questioning, did everyone see the same thing? And now I want to start asking some questions. But no one's here to ask.
You have your hand on the window.
On the
I
open
wish there
window.
was someone I could ask questions.
Well, that's why I'm listening to listen, to what others are saying. Does it sound
Okay.
like everyone is saying that they saw basically the same thing?
Roll me a perception check. Number 19. Mouse and baked beans. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Well, it was just a 9. It's kind of muffled.
A 9? Okay, there's a
There's a
lot
lot.
of people talking at once.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to understand. Most of them are just asking the stuff you can understand is people being like, why? What was that?
I do hear them
Do
saying
we
the
need
thing
to
about
leave?
the 3-headed thing and all that, and I'm like, okay.
Multiple people
You bring out
mention
your
the
own
three-headed
tiny
dragon.
little notebook.
Yeah.
And you write mutually beneficial.
And then I'm like, why did I just write that? I meant to write 3-headed.
Yes, you do hear the phrase three-headed
Okay.
dragon thrown
Okay.
around quite a few times.
Okay.
You've never done this before.
You've been catted. I don't know what to tell you.
Want to play D&D?
General Drakus is kind of trying to push her way through the crowd. She's like, I understand. We're all very alarmed. Please try to stay calm. Be with your family right now. We're gonna figure this out. And she's just yelling variations of that as she moves through the space. Her dragons kind of fall in on either side of her and like force some room in the crowd because dragons. Bearheart and Slip try to stick close to her. Are you still talking to Yak? Or are you gonna come to?
I'm gonna tell you.
I probably, after getting him to the house, would realize we're missing someone and go out looking for her.
Right? Maybe I see Scales and I'm like, listen, Yak, I would love to chat some more later. I think I better go and do ambassador things now.
Of course. You have very important work to do. Mutually beneficial work.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
Best of luck, Ambassador Sen. Did you say Sen?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing.
The whole thing. And I go over to Scales
Okay.
to follow.
Which
Are
I imagine
you-
there's a dragon stalking.
Yes, she's like walking circles around
Your
you.
dragon
Uh-huh.
being herded.
Mhm.
Herded by cats. That are dragons.
Herded by cats? She's not so much herding him, she's just kind of following wherever he goes and making sure there's a perimeter at all times. The other dragons are still looking at her like, oh my god.
She's so
This kid. Are you, Sen, thinking of anything in particular when... Because I don't know if you've met many Sneeple.
Oh, yes, the
I mean,
Sneeple.
Yuanti.
I'm assuming there aren't really many / any in Scarp.
Probably not.
Probably not. I
It's
mean,
not impossible.
I'm curious
Snakes
about
like
how a
to
snake
hide.
lives
Definitely-
in cold weather. That's what I'm
I mean,
curious
he
about.
definitely brings to mind certain places and images
That
that
you
I've
have seen.
before.
Are there
That's all I wanted
many
to know.
Yuanti in my area? And
I believe so.
I mean, it would make sense again. It's more like a lot warmer.
Jungly.
Yeah.
I was thinking about him being in a cold area, and I was thinking he probably wears these like crazy like coats and stuff that have like heat packs and a bunch of pockets on the
Oh,
inside to
nice.
keep
Also-
him toasty.
Also, my armor is partly made from red dragon scales.
Oh, that's right.
So they give heat.
I would imagine
They
that those
radiate
kind
some
of
warmth.
radiate some
I like
warmth.
that
Also,
idea.
are you a sorcerer?
Mhm.
Do you prestidigitation? 'Cause I think you
He can be warm if he wants.
you can warm up like your coat or a
Yeah.
rock or something. Man. Man, what are we doing?
Drakus finally gets to her house, muscles her way past the crowd still stubbornly trying to follow her, and heads inside. Her dragons lay down on either side of the door,
Outside.
like protective lions, like lion statues on the outside.
One only tells truths.
Yes, one only tells truths, the other lies. Everybody knows it's Erixus that lies, but
One of us always tells the truth. One of us always lies. That was one time.
the other one always lies.
What are we doing? It's
Hello?
We're observing.
Did the other two go in with her?
Yeah, probably. I think it's the
Okay.
three of you. It's her, it's Bearheart, and Slip. Are like her two main
Hands.
hands. Her two.
Her left
her
and
two-
right hand.
her two main fighters. Girl.
girl. Girl, you came up here. You get a cookie.
Okay. And she closes the door behind her and just kind of sighs. And Bearheart, we'll say Bearheart and Slip have not noticed Sen. So they walk in here and they're like, Who? Who are you?
Sen or me?
Who are you then? To both of you.
Okay.
Unless you're hiding still.
Sure. Let's try.
Why?
Why not?
'Cause we kinda have
You
to
go in the
explain
room
it.
and you're like, we're still
That's true.
missing someone.
That was an 18. I mean, I'm not trying to hide from them, but maybe just stick to the shadows a little from.
Okay.
I'm still in listening mode.
Cool. Okay, then to Sen. They're like, who is that? And Drakus says, for now, let's not worry about it. We have a lot more to think about right now. She turns to Bearheart, who you know is a wizard. So defo had a vision.
We could assume.
And, Drakus just kind of shrugs at her. And she's like, well, what do we think? And, Bernhardt says, well, I was hoping to ask you that, actually, so, I don't know. That was, like, really scary, right? Like, none of us are cool with that, with what we just saw?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not. And Bearheart says, well, then my main question is, do we need to leave?
Leave to where?
And, you asked that, and, you can tell that none of them really have an answer. There's a long pause, a slip. Finally says, well, I mean, there's gotta be places beyond these mountains, right?
Even if there are, would that thing not just continue? Why would it stop at the valley?
The mood gets extremely heavy very fast. Drakus is nodding, though.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I think my boy is right. Whatever this is, we have been warned about it now. She turns to the other two, and she says, I have never in my life seen a dragon like that. And they're like, us neither. I have no idea what that was.
So she's not even pretending like she didn't see it?
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah.
And Slip says, I'm not gonna pretend that it didn't look like a dragon, even if it's unlike one I've ever seen. And I don't think we should pretend like we don't know who the rest of the valley is gonna blame.
At this point, I'm actually going to step out. I'm gonna be like,
Of the shadow.
Actually, that's pretty solid evidence.
no, my question is we all saw the dragons were in as much trouble. We all saw that the dragons were in as much trouble as anyone else. Why would we assume that the dragons were the cause of that?
Bearheart says, who is this?
Someone you picked up at the meeting.
Picked up. Snatched.
Yeah.
Get inventoried.
Bearheart turns.
Actually, in answer to that question, I'll be like, we fled with them as the meeting kind of disbanded.
I'll say, I don't know about you. Do we even know your name?
Crew.
We should probably introduce ourselves.
Yes, I am Crew of Canabria.
I'm Mystery Sonode of Scarp. I came because everybody at the meeting, well, most people at the meeting, we all had this crazy vision, and I thought that we should continue to talk together about it and be able to relay to our perspective.
I love the idea that you just
Yaks
snatched
in the
some
window.
food from something.
And that we should be able to relay what gets talked about here to our respective territories.
And I certainly hope that we're a better representation of our people. Things were getting out of hand.
Slip is still listening, like looking at you guys and listening. In fact, he's like, what was What was Scarp doing there?
What was Canopria doing there?
And you see that Bearheart has seized Dracus by the arm and, like, pulled her around to face away. And you can see that she is whispering very aggressively into the general's ear. If you're trying to read her lips, you see that. You definitely see the phrase, "Why would you bring a Canopria in here?" And she's talking to her. Slip says, what was Scarp doing there?
Some people in Scarp heard that there was going to be a meeting, and they were afraid of what might happen. Others of us just thought that we should all find out what was going on and have more information so we'd be able to work together better. Do I need to roll something? I'm not really. I mean,
You're not really. I was having him roll an insight check. He got a 17, so I think
Okay.
he can see you're being pretty honest. Unless you're not.
You're being honest.
Unless
with
you
your
have a knife
intentions.
behind your
Right.
back right now.
No, I'm being honest about my intentions. I'm not exactly. Like, I'm trying to not make
You're trying not to
everybody
say
back
some
home
people were there
look
to
terrible.
assassinate.
right.
Uh-huh. So yeah, I think he believes you. He sees you're telling the truth.
But I mean, everything that I've seen so far of how everybody's reacting to the general and everything the general's doing makes me feel like maybe some of the stories we've heard are not true. Also,
What?
the stuff that I have seen as a player, which is not really very fair.
It's true.
But
The omnipotence has bonuses.
my
Zen just
character
has a-
feels like
Zen just has a feeling.
she's chill like that.
There were 2 representatives from Canopria there. We did not actually go to the meeting. We went to meet with the elder
Pantheris.
of Pantheris for other reasons, and
He was going to the meeting.
he was going to the meeting, and the other my mentor.
Business
My,
associate.
my mentor
Yak
asked
in the window.
if, my mentor asked if we could if we could be in attendance as well, just to be like a neutral party. So that's why we were there. I think now, after all of the visions and everything else, I believe I actually came along for another purpose.
I'm gonna have roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Because they're a little bit more nervous about you. Bearheart, in particular, you start talking and she's like, she turns around and looks at you with this intense expression.
You want this?
15.
15, okay. Bearheart still seems not totally convinced. You see Dracus kind of taps her on the shoulder, and she's like,
No.
I believe he is telling the truth. Dracus steps forward, more into the middle of the room, and says, you said your name is Cenote?
Yes, Misty Cenote.
Misty Cenote. I believe that this Scarpish Tabaxi is onto something. I think that if we were all shown this vision of an approaching destruction, not the end of the world, an approaching threat, then it is because we are supposed to unite and work together to stop it. So, I think we should do that. Obviously, the meeting we just had could have been going better. I
Agreed.
perhaps let some of my pride get in the way. Tuka is annoying and grates on my soul.
I would like to apologize for Jenner as well. Again, we were supposed to be a neutral party, and he was anything but.
This has been an experience of many Canabrians.
Again, I apologize for that.
She says, I am intrigued and impressed sounds a little bit rude.
I chuckle at that. I don't even know what's coming, but I chuckle.
I am glad that you are here and interested in improving the relationships in this valley. Perhaps my original idea to reach out to Pandaris was a little bit too ambitious. Perhaps we should start by trying to improve our relationships with Scarp.
They are our closest neighbor.
I will admit, I have ignored Scarp for much of the time. Underestimated is perhaps the term. And I think we should remedy that. Do you believe that your Scarpish people would be open to meeting?
Possibly two of them.
Your pause worries me.
Well, I'm just a simple guard. Sorry, I'm not really, I'm not really used to being. Yak thought I was an ambassador. I'm trying. But
Yak's cheering you on in the window.
yeah, Yak is.
He's just.
She
I briefly-
looks out the
just-
window where Yak is. Mutually beneficial. She looks out the window at Yak and then looks back at you and she says, Yak has excellent taste in people.
Well, I mean, Yak.
If he
and
believes
I-
that you have the potential to be an ambassador, then I believe him.
Well, I'm absolutely flattered. I guess she already knows. Does everybody know why I keep asking about Yak?
I don't think
Oh!
any of them. There's no reason any of
Probably.
them should know.
They probably don't know unless
Probably not. I
Unless
think
Yak's been
Yak-
telling people.
Yak
He's probably
probably
told some
mentioned
people.
that someone in the jungle helped him out,
Mhm.
but like he didn't know your name or anything.
Right.
Now he's talking about it though, because you
Now
got your
he's
name.
like, the ambassador saved my life.
Right. So I like briefly run over that. I'm like, I met Yak in the forest. He had been,
Yak is working on public relations already.
Right?
Yak wants to
That's-
be an ambassador.
That's what I was hoping for, honestly. So I sort of summarized the story. I was on patrol in the jungle, and I saw that
Trying to
Yak.
get
I
food.
saw that.
Float gummy. Sorry.
I saw that Yak had been kidnapped, and that didn't seem right.
Send
So,
someone to the Shadow Realm.
So I banished
So
someone.
my
You're welcome.
friend and I took some action, and then the Dragon Rider showed up and finished the job. So,
We are good at that.
yes. As far as the, I think that some of the leaders of Scarp have been too,
You are pausing, and Bearheart leans over and says, "I don't think we should do it."
no, I think some of the leaders of
And
Scarp,
the general's like, "Let her finish."
let her cook. Some of the leaders of Scarp have been living for too long in the shadows and are fearful, of not just Monteca, but most of the rest of the valley. And I don't think that's right. I think that it would be good for our territories to come more in contact with each other and be...
You can also probably mention the housing situation.
I mean, I think that's supposed to be a secret.
Well, you could.
Spilling
I guess,
national secrets
Right, national secrets.
on company
I
time.
will say something about it if it's clear that you guys already know, then I will,
Okay.
confirm. But I'm not going to bring it up, I don't think, at this point. But I'm like, I think that it would be good for all of us to be
You actually,
more
I
open
want,
with each other and more friendly with each other. Someday I want to leave the valley, and this is my goals. I've been working on my goals, my character goals. Someday I would
character
love...
goal: leave the valley, leave the place. Okay,
leave the place with us.
All right, we'll make that happen for sure.
Someday I would like to
Objective,
leave.
get the fuck out.
Actually, never mind.
Not concerning at all.
Don't make that face. Actually, someday I would like to explore and learn more about all of the valley, and to even leave the valley and find out more beyond its boundaries. But I don't think that now is the time. I think that we need to pull together and figure out what to do about this disturbing vision. And speaking of disturbing visions,
Oh no!
I'm trying to think of how Zen might talk about it.
I mean, she could say that. I could see that for her.
Right.
Speaking of disturbing visions,
Speaking of disturbing
you see
visions,
the color in everyone's face dreams.
Has anyone else had any disturbing visions before this latest occurrence today? I guess it was still
I need
today.
you to roll me a perception check right now.
Okay.
I very
Perception or,
quietly
like, insight?
raise my hand, but I don't want to leave
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a freak here.
Am I rolling perception or insight?
Whichever one you want.
Okay.
That's a great question.
I'll do perception.
Because I imagine that we're probably looking at how
That's a
people are-
nat 20.
Alright.
Period, dude. Okay.
Look at that beautiful. Look at those beautiful numerals. It's a pretty font.
It's a pretty fun.
It's a pretty font.
Okay, first of all, what does she see in you, that nat 20?
Like I said,
Pretty.
I'm looking right at you. I'm trying to stay off a little bit behind everybody else, and I'm just just a little bit. I'm
Just a little
making
wink.
sure you see it, but
Sure.
What about you? I don't know if you've seen any,
I don't think I have.
but
I've heard a little bit about the thing.
right, so I don't know if
The
you would
thing.
react.
I'd probably be at least a little nervous, because I feel like I'm always a little nervous when the curse.
Where's my pocket went? I pissed myself.
That egg that you had
the
in your
egg you
pocket.
left in your pocket. Yeah.
Hello.
The egg that you talked about.
Not having in your pocket.
Hypothetically
My hypothetical
leaving in your
egg.
pocket. That's rough,
Chekhov's
baby.
egg.
Okay, so you see him raise his hand. You see he looks a little bit nervous, but he always looks a little bit nervous. So,
He
is this
does.
the same nervous?
Sure. I was at
Yeah,
nat
you
20,
see.
so I don't know.
He looks a little bit more nervous than a snake normally looks.
Slip looks uncomfortable with the idea that multiple visions have been had. Bearheart is just kind of looking around. You don't think that she's had any visions. She looks suspicious. Drakus, on a nat 20. DC for her was 19.
I think this is the second time we've seen through Drakus using an nat 20.
Right?
Sometimes the story wants to go places.
Sometimes. Drakus, you see, starts to make a face, quickly, like, centers herself. Locks in. Does not want anyone to see her making a face. You see she does a little uncomfortable shuffle in, like, a way that she's trying to make it look natural. Tries to, like, put her hands on her hips and just look, you know, powerful and strong and in control.
I can't believe how much this huge orc woman is, like, well, at the moment, is, like, see-through to me, right? I'm like, how has everybody...
Oh,
sorry.
She has, like, orc heritage, it looks like.
Okay.
She's not an actual half-orc. But, yeah.
I'm like, how has everybody
like,
not seen... right? Like, I'm like...
It's not everyone else's fault that they're not rolling nat 20s.
It's your cat eyes. She just,
That's right.
It is true. So she, like, puts her
see
hands on her
everything.
hips, tries to look strong, powerful, in control, masters her expression very quickly. And then you see it cracks again almost immediately. She, like, looks down, shuffles again, and you see her hand comes up and, like, scratches at her arm where you saw the tattoo. And then she, like, gets it together.
Locks in.
Just kind of crosses her arms. And then she says, no.
Perhaps this is not a discussion for
A group.
this group
That's
immediately.
I'm like, okay. I was just, wondering. I don't know if that's very convincing.
Just wondering. Stares at you with the
It
cat
seems,
eye.
we're going to talk about the, we're going to talk about this vision that everybody just had, Is it the first one of its kind? Apparently. So. And I, like, look at these two.
Slip and Bearheart are both looking at everyone in this room like, what?
So I'm like, that's a little bit what my expression is, but at the same time below that, I'm like, oh, there's a reason we're all together here right now. Like,
the jungle has willed it so. Sorry.
I would, yeah.
Stereotypes, bro.
Bro.
I do think that we were.
Yeah, I mean,
To an extent, I would say that yes, to an extent. I don't know that I would put it in those words, but I definitely feel that to an extent. That
The jungle has made it so.
Yeah, the jungle.
It's
The jungle
willed it
wants
so.
this to get to be together.
Drinkus.
Is Slip a snow leopard tabaxi?
Yes.
Okay.
Drinkus turns to Slip and Bearheart and says, "This is a big decision. I think we should take a vote." And Bearheart's like, you and the votes. And she says, "Why don't you go and tell everyone that if they agree, I think we should try to talk to Scar and try to get something going there, because we obviously need to start working together if we're going to fight back against whatever this three-headed dragon is."
Are you certain that it was a dragon?
No.
Okay.
Thinking back, it did kind of look like one, but you couldn't see any features, so.
Okay.
let's not be racist here.
Helsindrog's face in one of the other windows.
I was imagining just Yak and
Yak and Helsindrog right next to each other. You hear a little dip against the window every couple minutes as she flicks her tongue out. And the other two are like, "All right, General, if a vote's what you want," and then they leave. And she turns to you three and says, "Well, I was not expecting to have 2 extras here tonight.
We weren't expecting to be here either, I don't think.
Definitely not.
And she says, I'm no Canoprian, but I have a feeling that perhaps you were all meant to be here, though.
I get that sense as well.
So,
Would you care to elaborate on your question?
yeah, that was super sus.
And I look her up and down, and then I scratch my arm, and I'm like, "Yep."
She takes psychic damage. She clearly tries to look at you like, I don't know what you mean.
Tries.
Tries.
You made the General of Monteca uncomfy.
Seems like a great idea, don't you think? I love being the only one here from my place. Okay, so I'll say, it's just the 4 of us here now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Helsidrug,
And Yak.
obviously. And Yak. Who's probably mishearing everything. I assume.
And taking notes.
And
He's going to put it
taking
into a
notes.
newspaper.
And the notes are just mutually beneficial. Looks like a madman.
And
Helsindrug's
Helsidrug.
like, stop.
Right, he's making Helsidrug feel like he's
This
acting
kid.
crazy, which is a crazy
It's just
thing.
like, you have to go.
You are making everyone uncomfortable.
So it's just the 4 of us. So I'll say, okay, so yeah, I mean, I haven't been lying about anything. I'll tell the truth. I haven't been lying about anything though.
Sus.
No one accused you of lying, but all right.
Right, it's very comforting. So it's true that I have always wanted to explore more in our valley and also outside of our valley. I've always felt like I couldn't leave though because of, I forget what we said. The visions! Because of some of my discoveries when I was younger. Have any of you ever heard of or seen the ancient temples? The lost ancient temples in the jungle.
From the
Tosca.
previous cultures?
The lost Tosca temples.
Well, I don't know what they're from, but yes, in the I don't know that much about them. Do you know about them? Because I want to know more about them.
I know a very little bit about. I've explored a couple in Calabria.
Ooh.
Let me a history check. Scales.
And of course, I know that the general has seen them.
Oh my gosh.
I'm clueless.
You've
All right.
never heard anything.
Um,
of a
Natural
word.
1.
Natural.
We're gonna
Clueless. Quite literally.
Balanced, as all things must
What
be.
is your history modifier?
My history modifier
Yeah, Cenote.
is 2.
2. Can you roll me a d6?
Okay. 4.
Okay. What about yours?
2.
2. Can you roll me a d6?
2.
It's going to be relevant later. You guys all have a specific type of knowledge modifier. May or may not have to do with these temples.
Wow.
So
Do I as well?
have them.
I'm kind of feeling
I
like
already
maybe
did
I
yours
should
for some
have.
reason. think we messed it up when we were working on your character.
Lost civilization check. Is that it?
Yup.
Should I write something down for that?
Yes, hang on, let me do the math real quick. Damn, you have a +7.
Me?
Yeah.
It's higher than mine. I've only got a 4.
I mean, you also have 0 in history.
That's true too.
Which makes sense because you've been exploring.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe I should have given myself a skill in history, but I'm not sure it's really quite like that.
Scales has a +3.
Nice.
Perf. Anyway,
Okay, so
back to the game.
there are the ruins of ancient temples in the jungle, and I've been searching for them at various times when I've been able to. Once
How many have you found?
I don't know how many have I found. Mostly just the one. Yeah, I've found only one of them. It was very exciting though. I got this from it.
The fact that he just asked you that is probably immensely exciting to you. How many?
How many?
I said I found 2, and I know that there's more in Canopria. I just haven't found them all.
We should go look.
I imagine that they're all throughout the valley. I wouldn't even be surprised if there's some here in the mountains.
We should go look at them. Have you ever found any?
This the general clearing your throats?
That is the general.
I said, General, do you have something you'd like to contribute to this conversation?
Are we all around? Like I'm around. I want to say. Let's see. What did I put? Like 25 or so.
Yeah, we're all pretty young. I'm like 26. I know. This is the way.
Remember, 20 apparently.
Please, God, tell me I have you on the right layer.
I
Is
think
it
so.
the right one? There's not like
That
a
was-
bunch of stuff.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay,
just
good.
some yellow indicators.
Cool.
Yellow
The
indicators.
struggle
and
of
some
digital.
I was like working on it some today, and I was like, I gotta remember to turn this layer off later. And I'm like, did I turn the layer off?
stars. I mean, you can see if there's anything that shouldn't be on.
Yeah, that's fine. It's all good. Everything is
I
fine.
don't- Are those like tent
Buh-buh.
looking things?
Those are where you know Pantheris camps are.
Okay.
Like more, like long-term settlements.
I found this there, and there's. I'm wearing I don't know what they look like. I gotta look it up. I'm wearing an obsidian blood letter, not like a letter. Like, is it like a? Is it just like a?
blood letter?
Like cutting your penis.
Is it like a spike type of situation? Is it like a spike, like a
blood
letter? Yeah. Is it like
letting.
yeah, like bloodletting? Is this like a? Is it like a stiletto knife, like sharp spike type situation, or is it a knife with like an edge?
I'm trying to pull up a picture.
Does that have any of the carvings of like the symbols or anything in it?
I don't know. It doesn't.
It kind of looks like a little knife.
Mm.
What is this? Hello?
Let the DM finding out what she's put in her own game.
So I have it like on a. I'm assuming it's not very big, right? I have it like on a. I'm wearing it around my
it's
neck.
Not.
My friend and I found an ancient temple when we were younger.
This is
and-
more like a spearhead.
This is what I was
look-
picturing.
But it looks kind of like
It is
that.
made of obsidian, yeah. So
Okay.
it would be like napped like that. It would be-
Yeah.
so it's sharp.
Napped.
Knapped.
It's got its rest in.
Exactly.
Do you have a little pouch over it so it doesn't cut you as it's...
Yeah, I have it like in a leather case or something that I made.
Blood.
I guess you've got fur. It's not as bad.
I do.
That's
have fur.
true. And it's not, it's old. This thing is not like ship
You
shape
haven't
sharp.
been sharpening it, I would hope.
Unless you've been sharpening
I mean,
it.
I'm wearing it, but no, I'm not interfering with it too hard,
It's just a fidget you do of just sharpening the knife around your neck.
right?
God.
And while I was there, I saw various carvings and images. But ever since then, I've had dreams of danger for the valley, but not like that vision we all just had, I'm assuming. Unless there were commonalities that I should know about.
Three-headed dragons everywhere.
I didn't see a single...
Did the carvings in your temple like tell a story?
Sort of. They showed... Should I tell you? Let's see.
We can
Maybe.
also go and see them later.
That's true. You can take
That's
them.
true. Mine's probably pretty close.
Your special
relatively.
spot.
I mean, I asked because there were clearly stories in both the two that I found, but they weren't like related to each other at all. That I could tell anyway.
But yeah, and I had a nightmare of an unstoppable mold rushing over the jungle towards the cliffs.
Towards the cliffs, huh?
Yeah. I've always felt like it's... Since... Does Bird have those dreams?
I don't think so.
No. Even my friend who was with me doesn't have these dreams, so I've sort of felt like it's...
A dream of mold and decay? Like everything dying and decaying as it was spreading?
Yes, I guess.
I too have seen a vision of this. And I look very sharply over at Scales. I'm not like blaming, but you were what, at least in my vision, you were actually what it was emanating from.
Are you sure it was him?
100%.
It looked just like him?
Looked exactly like him. Like
That's weird.
when he walked into the clearing when we all went to the meeting, I about fell over.
Well, shit.
He was lying in, and I don't know how I knew this, but it was in the exact center of the entire jungle, and from him this decay just started spreading out. Are you familiar with something along these lines?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. General, do you know anything about this?
Where are you gonna go on?
Being not pushed.
Okay, hang on.
You did notice that he looked uncomfortable earlier when you asked about the thing, right?
About the
So
vision,
you
yeah.
know that he knows something. I'm clueless. Actually, can I roll an insight check on him?
Yeah, you can.
Are you going to contest him? I guess you don't have to.
You could if you want.
Yeah, I guess I can.
It's a 16.
In between two things, but it was mostly a 4, so like 10.
What do I see? Probably not a lot, just that there's more to the story.
Yeah. Mainly.
Did you already put the babies on?
No, I haven't actually looked them up yet.
So,
I assume the wild magic has already been showing.
Like for
sign.
you, like you know
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So, General, do you know anything about any of this?
She's considering
I couldn't even get a full sense from like mine whether or not it was a good or a bad thing. Like I saw it happening.
She stands there looking at all of you for a minute. You, probably especially Sen, notice her thumb kind of rubbing back and forth over the tattoo on her arm.
Are the tattoos exposed? Like, is her arm bare, or is it under like a shirt?
Or armor.
I mean, we definitely saw it before.
Yeah.
But
Maybe she's got a cloak on or something now.
I think, yeah, it was like her cloak pulled up. So probably not this second, but like, you know, they're there.
Okay.
She gives you a long look. I'm not sure you can totally tell what she's thinking. And then she says, she mutters something in some orcish language, and it sounds like a curse. And then she says, I am familiar with these temples.
how many have you been to see?
Only one.
Is it the one close by? And I start to like describe it in that very like small town way, but like with the jungle.
It's
So I'm
like,
like,
no
you know,
matter
past the
how
liana creepers where there used to be a banyan tree, but like now that fell down,
do we
and for a
have a
while
map?
it was.
Of the temples?
like this
Like,
map?
do we have a map of Tosca?
Drakus probably does. Like in her office.
Well,
That you can steal.
on a big table with little pieces. That's a traditional general.
So yeah,
thing.
you can put it out on the map if you want.
Yeah, like
If you know
If you
where
know,
on the
that's
map,
true.
it would be
I'm like, well, it would probably be around like here.
pure vibes.
She says,
What's the scale of this map? Just kidding.
Apparently 2 squares to 1 day. It's from in the corner.
that's the scale.
Noise.
She says, no, it is not in the jungle. I don't know much
Looking
About-
at scales.
this decay.
I am probably very intently watching her.
Unblinking.
I mean, he never blinks, right?
You rolled no for
I'm pretty
eyelids,
sure,
right?
yeah.
You're unblinking, but somehow more so than normal.
Somehow.
And she says, I don't know about these visions of decay, but... And then she, like, seems to internally wrestle with herself for a second. And then she says, I could perhaps take you there
To the temple?
to the temple.
Is it nearby?
It is. It's...
So it is like bouncing up and down a little bit.
Let me see.
Actually, no, she's not, but her tail is like very twitchy and excited.
There's a little like flick.
Flick, flick, flick.
Mine too, but I'm remaining calm. I mean, I'm not a tail. I don't have a tail. I guess I do have a tail. I'm a bird, but...
I totally forgot. She says, well, it's not, if you were going on foot, it would take you many days, but
We're not
in
going on
Manteca,
But he goes on foot never, huh?
we got dragons, baby. On cue, you hear Helsendrog sneeze really loudly outside.
Which also probably makes like a little bit of like frost crawl up a bit of the window.
Probably. Some frost crawls up the window. She sneezes really loud. You hear some other dragon like rumble a dragon version of bless you to her. And she says, I don't need your blessings.
And then we hear, this kid.
You just hear a huff. Yeah, she says,
If this temple is so close, why haven't you ever brought me there?
that's a good question. She leaves. She doesn't leave, but she kind of looks like she wants to. She looks longingly towards the door. She says, I was perhaps nervous. It's still like midday, right? We just said that?
Well, we
Yeah.
said it was afternoon.
Afternoon.
It was afternoon when we
like-
left at the bottom. It
she
probably took a couple
says,
hours to get up here, right?
It's nearly twilight. She says, we could.
No one will understand the Twilight bit.
Nobody's ever gonna get it.
She says we could.
They're gonna think it's about the book. It's not at all.
That would be wild.
That'd be
They're making a
crazy.
Twilight reference, but they like don't get what it is because it's not.
Yeah.
She says she looks out the window, and she says, "This temple is perhaps best explored at night,
Mm.
so we could
Yeah.
go now."
You don't sound very excited about that.
I know this isn't real. I mean, I just want to say this. I think we are all of us, used to keeping secrets.
Perhaps.
Especially and maybe most importantly, even from those that we're very close to. I think now is not the time for secrets among us.
Not among us.
I think
It's all
I
right.
think as you said, we have been brought together for a
Scale.
purpose.
Only a perception check.
Artificial 20.
What the fuck? Okay. Jesus. I keep being like, there's a chance they're not going to get it. And I should think of something else to say. And I'm in the middle of doing that. And you guys are like, 35.
At level 3.
Yeah. When Crew says the thing about even from those closest to us, you
Mhm.
see a kind of devastated look cross Drakus's face for just a second. But what? The end of that, you were like, we should.
I said I believe that we were brought together for a purpose. Just as you said, we were brought together for a purpose, and I think we're only going to get to that purpose by being open and honest with each other.
She sighs. And then she says, I believe you are right. This temple has been mine. I've been the only one that's gone there for a very long time. So I'm a little nervous showing it to other people, especially with what's inside. But considering that they seem to be one of the links between everyone in this room, I think I should probably show it to you.
I'm very interested in seeing it.
I we should get going.
And I'm like, it's fine. It's cool. My tail is like,
I'm normal without it. Going crazy.
If given the opportunity, I would also like to share the temples I have found with others. Maybe look for some more.
On the map.
I mean, on the map too, but I would, in the future, I also like to get there because I would like to get everyone else's thoughts and input on stuff too. I've only gotten my own take on a lot of things, and let's just say that most Canoprians are not very open to anything with the ancient religions and the older temples. So I find them fascinating, and considering what we saw in our vision today, I think it might be beneficial for us to understand the old ways.
Yes, I'm interested to see. This is the only temple I've ever been to.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who have seen others, I'm interested to see the differences and similarities and whatnot. I suppose we should go settle up.
How do we want to split up on the different dragons?
Does Helsen even have a saddle yet?
I don't know if she does.
Barebacking it.
Yeah.
I guess that works for you though.
Yeah, you're like a
in between
snake.
all of her spines.
Yeah.
I would prefer a less spiny option if possible.
Well, probably both Lingrid and Erixis want to come.
Okay.
Because only Lingrid got to go last time, and Erixis is like, I'm not leaving you again.
Right, he wants to be there to protect his mama.
So you could bring all 3 dragons.
Okay.
And then some of you can.
And then one dragon carries 2, and the others carry 1,
Yep.
probably. Unless we all just pile into one.
That'd be fine. Helsendrag is definitely like, I can handle it. Ride me.
I mean, she did handle it, almost. Like, she carried 3 of us.
It's true. Not for too far, I assume, but
Yeah, it was mostly just up to mountains. But yeah, so you guys, you go out. Lingrid's still saddled, so she's just gotta saddle up Erixis real fast. She's very good at it. She's done it for many years now.
And he's anxious to go, so he's like, yeah.
So yeah, everyone's.
He's not, like, diving his head away.
And you all head out, and you probably fly for.
Was there any questions from like everybody else being like, "You're leaving again already"?
I mean, there definitely were. A lot of them were like, are clearly having a meeting with Bearheart and Slip.
I assume she left a message saying we'll be back.
On
Yes.
her door.
Just a sign that says back in 5 minutes.
Back in 5 hours.
You guys fly for probably like an hour and a half to 2 hours
Okay.
over these sweeping mountains. And you can see that where Manteca is and where you guys are mainly flying isn't even close to the tops of these peaks. These mountains go so much higher up in the air. And if you guys ask any questions about that or look interested for even a moment, the dragons are like, yes, that's where I hail.
So
Yes.
I don't know which dragon I'm riding, but I'm asking them questions. I'm like, I think that the Canoprian people don't see the people of Manteca very clearly. I just have some questions about like dragon relationships with the people here. And so, I'm not asking for a direct, do people worship you, but I'm asking for just like how their interactions are.
Okay.
Although I may actually ask that outright at one point and be like, is there any truth to the people of Manteca actually worshiping dragons or deriving power from dragons or anything along those lines?
Okay. I wouldn't even make you
super
roll
powerful.
for this.
Of course. Sorry.
I mean, I'm also very confused right now because of the changes in my own magic, and I'm still trying to figure out or even understand what that means.
Yeah. While you're listening to this dragon's response, we'll say you run with Lingrid.
Okay.
Dracus is on Erixis because they were
Are
jealous.
you?
Yes.
Are you?
You're on Lingrid?
You want to be on
Talking to
Lingrid
the
too?
dragon.
Yeah.
You want to be listening?
Sure. I'll be listening.
The dragons are pretty loud, so you don't have to be on their back to hear them.
But it's probably easy
It is.
to not have as much very fast.
I want to be able to
It's true.
I want to be able to say to crew, you can't just ask people if
If they worship you. The response that you get from these dragons, Lingrid tells you all about how the dragons spend their some dragons stay here year round. A lot of dragons spend their summers and the warmer months up at the very tops of the mountains, and that's where they have their own kind of dragon society, which she doesn't get into in detail. You get a sense it's kind of private.
Dragon Society.
But it's where they like mate and where they lay their eggs and stuff. And then in the winter they come down and they live with the people, and you find out that they pick their people. And the way that Lingrid talks about it, you actually almost get the sense that it's the other way around. She talks about her human with such reverence and like devotion in her voice, and Drakus is like, cool it a couple times. And like as she's talking and you're looking around, you see Scales flying on Helsindrog's back, and whenever Scales is like not paying attention, like he's looking over at what you guys are doing or something, you see Helsindrog like tips her head back and looks at him like she's checking in. It's very much akin to like when you're walking a dog and they're like looking at you while they're trotting next to you.
Yeah.
It's very much that type of thing.
Immediately my mind goes to, I wonder if I could have this type of relationship with the giant like sloth Potu sloths.
Potu sloth?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not sure I'd want it, but I wonder if it's possible, you know.
Is it possible?
Why is it possible?
Ma!
Do dogs worship humans? Do humans worship dogs?
Some of both.
Yeah.
And you know, you're asking a dragon, so you're getting the dragon.
Mutually
Right.
beneficial.
You just hear booing from the
I find
Yak,
I
go
find
home!
I find it very heartwarming. Like your care that you have between each other. It's great.
Yeah, and like the way they talk about it, it's the way Lingrid describes it is that the humans do so much for dragons when they're home. Like they have all these structures built for them to sleep in the warmer months. She talks about how she's seen when dragons get sick, they're not necessarily humans because it's D&D, but their people will like stay up all night
And care for them.
on the cold roofs, making sure that they're okay. Humans do a lot of like if they get any giant dragon ticks or
God.
mice and stuff, humans help take care of that. They help tend to any wounds that they got during the more
Intense.
seasons. A lot more fighting and stuff. They file their nails.
That's cool.
They just do a lot of
Imagine-
stuff to take care of these dragons, and like she talks about it like she stays all year round.
Mhm.
She and Erixis both.
Yeah, honestly,
And-
I feel like there could totally be like mining sites where the dragons,
Screech.
yeah,
Wear their own
both
claws
like
down.
collect resources and also wear their claws.
That's cool.
Scratching posts.
And it's just that they have this feeling like humans do so much for us, we want to stay and keep them safe.
I absolutely love that. That's fantastic.
And she does probably mention the whole magic humans or magic people with magic often have a link with their dragon that is more powerful. It's like connected to their magic.
Do you think that comes from the people also being here in the mountains? I'm just wondering, you know, the mechanics of how that works. I find that fascinating.
She thinks about that for a minute, and she says, I've never really thought about it.
Well, if you notice anything, you know, I'd be interested to know. That's obviously it's very different for, you know, further down in the jungle. We don't have that direct interaction.
Erixis at one point flies up, so she's kind of above Lingrid, and then like leans her big long neck down to like talk into the other dragon's ear, not like in a whispery way, but just to be heard. And Erixis says, "You know what it means if we end up allying with Scarp." More people.
And
Are you looking for more people to...
Always.
Okay. Interesting.
Over the table, there happens to be a surplus of people.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't that.
You know, there happens to be a surplus of people.
yeah, Sen says really quietly, but you know the dragons may be here. They're like, yeah, kind of a lot of people.
Who were you on?
She's with...
Lindgren?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heads. Turn on.
I'm like, oops, I wasn't supposed to say that.
And addressed more to the general.
Mm-hmm.
The general excludes my being naive, but I can see that many of your people are not comfortable with Canoprians, and if it helps, like in the future, I can change into another type of clothing or something like that that'll make people more comfortable around me. It's like, but what I'm interested to know, because I don't know, what are my people's representation here? Like, why is it that people don't trust us?
She makes a couple faces.
I understand that my people can be a lot.
She says, well, I can't speak for Pantheris and Scarp, but whenever Montekans have historically run into Canoprians, it's a lot of shouting about riding on demons, allying ourselves with demons.
And I'm gonna say, like, completely dumbfounded. I'm like, if you spend 2 minutes with these dragons, you know that they're not demons. They're so sweet.
And she says, I know. Like, gives her dragon a scratch.
I give him a little pat too.
She almost in a whisper, you hear Helsindra go, demons. A little bit too, like, intrigued.
You're like, don't even think about it.
Helsindra is...
She doesn't hate that nickname. Let me see the map.
Helsindra is a something semi-evil aligned.
Probably chaotic.
Probably.
They are literally. That is young white dragons.
Yeah.
Alignment.
That's hilarious.
It would be funny if the dragon's alignment changed at age.
Yeah.
Just sitting here. What?
Noise generator. Sorry.
Who needs a soundboard?
And again, I'm going to repeat. I know my people are a lot. They're a lot. Even I find them to be a lot, and I live there.
She says, yes, I know that their worship is of the jungle, and I know that we do not live under the shade of said jungle. And I get that that might be upsetting to some people, but I don't appreciate being demonized for a different way of living.
Again, I would love to show you one of the other temples. There's actually a story of how the jungle came to be and of its parents. And
interesting.
That's part of what has opened me up, I guess, to be more open-minded, is I know that there's more than just the jungle.
Well, we've arrived. There was times. You guys are at that new location.
T9.
Up here?
T9 on the map.
Secondary location.
Secondary
Up here at
location.
the top.
We were at the little stars before.
Yeah.
I believe those stars are our location, right?
Here, you want to look at?
Yes. I should move those around too. In fact, unless you guys plan on splitting up again, I can make you 1 star.
One big star. And then if we split up, then you can split it. It's not like it's difficult to make
That's
a
true.
star. I assume that you just have like a stamp.
Me drawing the star with shaking hands. Yeah,
tears
this
streaming
is-
down your eye.
I used the wrong color pink. You land. That's it.
Does it look similar, like to the other ones that we've seen, like from the
No.
outside? It does not.
In fact, at
part.
first, you don't see a temple.
Oh.
You're like, where has she brought us?
Be executed.
To be executed. She pulls out a gun. Secondary location.
I'm like, that's fair.
We've already gone to a secondary location. This is a tertiary location.
A tertiary
So
location. She hops down off her dragon. Who just seems to know the drill. Like, Erixus just sits down and starts chilling. Maybe they're nibbling at their scales. It's shedding time. They're like,
I'm sorry, what's the name of the dragon I was raiding again?
Lingrid.
Lingrid. I attempt to semi-gracefully slide off. If you want, I can give you an acrobatics roll.
If you want, sure. You have wings.
That's true. I'm going to forget that as I'm trying to slide down. I just watched the general do it. That's real bad. It was like probably a 6.
Like a chicken falling off the steps.
Yep.
Worse, it was a 4.
Oh my god.
Your wings are like flapping really loud.
I start flapping him as I'm like nearing the ground. Yeah. But then I turn in. I thank her for the flight.
Oh, nice.
I roll a 24 to get down.
Amazing. You superhero land.
I do 3 flips in the air and superhero land.
And Lingrid goes, nice.
And I say, can you
Thumbs
show me
up.
how to do that?
Like, you have wings.
And I'm like, yeah, I remember that now.
Helsendrog, when you
Mhm.
dismount, starts like pacing around and she's like, where even are we?
Calm down. You don't have to be worried
Helsendrog
at
needs to
all
learn
times.
some meditation techniques and breathing.
Self-soothing.
I like gesture over to me and like put a hand on her snout.
Our snoot.
She needs some snake charming.
Just
By a
charming.
snake, not of a snake.
What's a good role for...
Animal handling.
Yeah, you're
Realistically.
right. You're right. What's a good role for handling, like, animal creatures?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay. She does not look calmer, but she does sit.
I mean, they're still
She's
still
like,
getting used to each other.
Jeez.
She sits down almost like militantly. Like she has perfect posture. If she could salute, you feel like she would.
With a tail.
And
We'll
Where'd
be
your-
back.
Where'd your dragon grow up?
The mountains. At least that's where she came from. We haven't actually asked yet, I guess.
Should have that conversation later.
Yeah.
But right now, I want to go into the temple.
she says, I was raised in the peaks. Nothing else.
Nothing else. Nothing else.
There's a lot of mountains around here.
So I turn and look kind of where we're at and ask the question. There's a temple here?
Yes. Dracus starts walking along. It's kind of steep here, but as she walks and as you follow her, you guys quickly realize that there's kind of a little deer trail worn into the rock that she is following. And it might be a deer trail, and it might be a Dracus trail. You're not sure which. Like, you don't know how much she's come here. Is it enough to carve a trail? I don't know.
Probably.
How
But
old is
she navigates pretty well. How old is Dracus? That's a great question. If she's like a human, she's probably like somewhere in her 60s. D&D is so wild because it's like she's 107. Oh, that's so she's pretty young. If you're talking about an elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably like 60s, 64, 65.
Okay.
She leads you guys up this little trail. Knows just where to put her feet. You get the sense that she's very familiar with this area.
Great for me.
You're like, excellent, I'll follow your steps. She thinks that's hilarious. That's a joke she never gets tired of.
I'll follow your lead.
You guys see in the distance, it looks like people at least used to live here. It doesn't look super ancient, but it doesn't look like people live here anymore. You see some like buildings that are like partially collapsed.
They like built into the sides of the mountains.
That's where Dracus was from.
Yeah, they're like in the side of the mountain. They're under like, what's the word? Like outcroppings of rock. Some protection from the snow. A lot of them are still buried in snow just because they haven't been maintained at all. But
What happened to him?
it died. But she leads you up this path a little bit further up the mountain. And it looks like there's not anywhere good for dragons to land in this area. And then you turn the corner and you see a cave. It's not a huge opening. It's not tiny though either. We're not like spelunking here.
We're not cave time.
It does not look big enough. Helsendrog could maybe squeeze in.
Okay.
But it doesn't look big enough for a dragon fit.
Helsendrog's not following, right?
I should have rolled for that. No, she's not. Roll for good Helsendrog.
Good Helsendrog.
Halsey.
Halsey is definitely the nickname.
You see, it's not like a grand gold-plated, covered in jewels temple like the ones that you guys have seen. It's a cave. It doesn't look like it's lit. It's not.
This is not where she goes to unwind.
This isn't where she goes to rave.
Now I'm just imagining her sitting by her dragons, having them light.
It's not. There's no light inside. You do see that there's a box in front of it, and as you guys approach, she goes over to the box and she pulls out a torch from it. So like she keeps torches here, but there are no torches inside.
Good thing that's not a problem.
You see that stalactites hang down from the ceiling at the mouth of this cave that make it resemble a fanged beast's mouth. It's kind of spooky. And Dracus turns around and maybe you guys look surprised or something, and she says, "Is this not what your temples look like?"
Not exactly, no.
Well,
They're actual structures. I mean, at least of the two that I've seen, one of them was fairly worn down. But no, they're usually a little bit, fancier. There's some jewels and stuff actually kind of indicating the entrances and things of that nature. How about yours?
I mean, I don't remember there being jewels and stuff, but there were lots of carvings and decorations. But I mean, it makes sense that up here would be an already existing cave if possible. Love a good cave.
love a cave. She
you
says,
live in caves,
"I
so-
have some flint. But does anybody just have a flame spell? Something want to hit me with?" She like.
Let me see. I might actually.
What do I have?
I say I do not, but and then
Oh.
I cast light onto my staff.
Nice.
I do. I have prestidigitation.
Hell yeah.
You probably do too.
I actually don't right now.
Oh, okay. I have prestidigitation.
I have primarily.
I was just trying to get him to
I
roll on
have
his table.
create bonfire. I
Ha
have create bonfire, but I don't think that's really going to be.
It's a 5 foot wide
Jeez.
bonfire.
Like I said, I don't think that's what we
What's a
need in this
bonfire?
situation.
Okay, so
I'll
you
read
cast
one,
light.
I'll
You cast prestidigitation. Light. Do we think that light is just kind of a constant glow, or does it flicker like a flame?
Do you want it
The
to?
light spell.
If it's cast on a torch, it probably does.
It depends on what it's cast on. That's funny.
I've just got it set in kind of like the tip of my staff. So because it's like wood, I'm gonna say it does. It looks like it's
It looks like it's flickering?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's literally just for vibes,
Yep.
but you'll see.
So you have a weathered staff.
He has a weathered staff.
It should be.
God,
It was originally maybe.
big chaotic.
The crossover.
She turns around, starts walking into the cave. The stalactites hang down pretty low, so if you're taller than, like, we'll say she's 5.
She's 5.
She's 5.
Inches.
No, I think she's tall. She's...
Maybe 6.
Yeah, she's 6 feet tall. So yeah, if you're taller than like 6 feet, you have to duck.
Oh, I'm also 6 feet tall. Go figure.
Damn,
I'm not, I'm
you're
short.
a lanky
I'm
cat.
lanky.
I was picturing like a human man, or a human man can be 6 feet tall. What am I talking about?
I am 4'9",
Oh.
so I'm quite a bit shorter.
Amazing.
I don't actually have a height written. I really need to figure that out.
I feel like you're
Yeah.
tall.
Probably.
I don't know
too.
why you give me a
I
tall
mean,
vibe.
Snake.
I gotta figure it out so I can make my little.
You can be as tall as you
lineup.
want, I
Characters.
suppose. Just depending on how.
I'm
upright
very
you hold yourself.
definitely the smallest one of us. I'm used to it though, so.
So she's like, "Watch your head," and everyone's like, "Okay."
That's right. My mom and my sister are both much taller.
And you're like, "Okay." It's well above your head.
I'm like watching it.
That's right, because you're harpy eagles.
Yeah. Females are a lot
Just
bigger.
surrounded by big ladies. Anyway,
Big ladies, that's the dream.
it hasn't changed. You just think all women are big,
I mean, most of them are. Compared to you.
right?
Well, I mean, my friend is about the same height as me.
That's true.
So
You think she's a freak for that?
also a lizard. So
You enter this cave. It is a tunnel. Isn't that
My
nice?
God.
The walls of this tunnel are painted to shift along with the flicker of a torch. Classic.
cool.
Yes.
Like cave. Like, what is it? Shoot. What is it?
Cave art?
Yeah, but what's the one cave?
Oh, I don't remember. It's in France.
A France cave.
It's a France cave.
It starts with the L.
And it does start with an L. That I remember.
I'm gonna find it.
Me when the cave starts with L.
Me.
It does start with L.
Bro, me when the cave art starts with L. Lasco.
The show, yeah.
The show. France, man. So the point
art-
of that is
The
that
art
as
in there, it like moves. Is
There's
Yeah,
parts.
it's
Actually, I don't know if
painted-
it's in that cave, but there are caves where the cave art is painted in such a way that it looks weird. It looks kind of weird and like with lines going vertically down it. But when you bring in a flickering torch, like not a flashlight,
Mhm.
a flickering torch, it's almost like animation.
Bros were animating. Ah! Anyway.
that is crazy.
Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
That's what's happening here.
Okay.
So as you guys are walking, it almost looks like these images are shifting along with you. And it depicts what looks like a subterranean world. And this tunnel is sloping down as you guys are walking.
Okay.
You see a bluish mist around the base of swaying trees.
Like this is in the pictures?
These are in the pictures.
Okay.
Yes. They look like trees. The longer you stare at them, the more you're like, these aren't normal trees. Like, they look weird. And the longer you look at them, the more you realize that these trees don't have leaves on them because they look like they are made of some type of fungus. So this mist is hanging around the base of these fungal trees. You can see that there are dogs wandering through these forests in these images. You also see that tunnels like branch off from the images, and these dogs are also wandering through there as if they're patrolling. You see shadowy figures drifting like through the air in these forests towards what look like also figures. This is a bad description. Jesus. You see these pictures. You see figures floating through the air. These figures have oddly shaped heads. They don't look like any race you have seen before. And these are races that are like, we got a snake man. We got a bird boy.
That's a crazy thing to say.
We got
wow, it's unknown.
We got a cat person and a woman that looks like her ancestors were perhaps orcs. So, like, you've seen a lot of different types of people.
Mm-hmm.
But these people that are floating through the air have this, like, foreign air to them. Like, they almost look like they have the heads of animals, but the bodies of, like, humans.
I was going
Are
to say
there
they don't look like
any-
dragons, huh?
They don't look like...
Are there any that have a dog head in these pictures?
Save questions for the end, please.
Oh, okay.
No.
So I'm gonna save my questions for.
No, just give me 1 second.
Okay.
In fact, I kind of want you to picture, like, you know, Set in Greek mythology.
Greek.
You know.
Cut that out! Cut it out! Cut it out! Don't air this!
I was about to be like, no, you mean Egyptian.
You know Set in Egyptian mythology?
First try.
First try. I never make a mistake.
Aren't a lot of them animal-headed in Egyptian?
Yeah, Set has, like, we don't know what animal Set is, right? Do we now?
I don't know.
I know we didn't at one point. Set's got this weird snoot thing going on.
Like an ibis or
Maybe?
I don't know.
I know
There's a bunch.
Toth or Thoth
Anubis.
is,
Ibis.
ibis.
You're talking about this?
He looks like an anteater.
Yeah, he's kind of like he does kind of look like an anteater. Like, I want you to picture something like that. Like, it's obviously an animal head, but you can't tell exactly what kind.
Okay.
And they're just floating through the air. Or, like, hovering, walking. And then down below in the forest, you see these other figures, and they're, like, painted in this grayish color, and they look kind of like ghosts.
And this is all supposed to be in the underworld?
Perhaps.
Okay.
It seems to
You
be
said
subterranean.
Subterranean place.
It's subterranean. The trees are fungus.
The fungal.
The mist is blue. There's people floating. And there's ghosts.
I do. I actually muttered that out loud. I was like, is this the underworld?
You see there appear to be 9 of these figures that are
Okay.
floating through the air. And they reappear a couple times as you are descending. And one of them, you see, does have a dog head. It appears to be the head of some type of hairless dog. Doesn't appear to have fur.
Dante.
At first glance, this appears to be a gloomy place, even frightening in a couple spots. You see paintings of the dogs that are wandering around, chasing, like, skeletal souls through the darkness. with like snapping jaws, and there's like drawn droplets of their like spit flying. They're trying to get these people.
Me when I get you.
Me when I get you. So like there's a couple images here that are kind of spooky. You can also see that a bunch of these figures floating around appear to have like weapons and stuff on them. None of the ghosts, but the figures. In fact, roll me a religion check. So I can just say it.
No pressure. Roll well at all.
It's a
DC
DC 1. Yeah.
Religion. Okay. My religion is not.
DC -2.
Considering my religion is not that great.
That seems like a crazy
That's
thing to say.
ridiculous.
That seems suspicious.
That would be a 4.
Oh my.
Gee.
Does
Okay.
anyone else want to
hold
roll?
Oh, I rolled a nat 1, so it's not me.
Jesus. 2?
11.
Oh.
11.
All right, here's what happens. You're looking at these paintings and you're like, you got a 4, you got a 2,
I got a nat 1.
you got a 9 and 1. So Sen is like, this is really abstract.
Sin is like, I'm very disturbed by all these dogs chasing people.
Yeah. And I don't know, you probably say something like, you're like, I don't know, it just seems to be like, it's just depicting a blah blah blah, a mythical world, and I don't think the rules of like gravity and stuff apply. It looks like some people are just floating. And then Scales, looking at this, you think to yourself, those are gods. The animal-headed figures are gods.
There were Egyptians here.
There's 9 of them, which gives you like a mythical number. And you're like,
T9, perhaps.
And then I'm like, oh, because I recognize some of this.
yeah, you should have had advantage.
I should have had advantage. I should
You
have
can roll again.
advantage.
Do it again.
Well. Where's religion? That was 9.
Mighty and powerful gods. Alright, well, Scales is like gods. And you're like, yeah!
Yeah.
I start squinting at them more. I'm like, huh.
So there's some of these images, you see the gods seem to have weapons. You see these dogs chasing people around.
The
Some of
gods
these
aren't,
souls
trying
seem
to
to be
stop
more
the
like-
dogs or anything.
No.
The dogs seem to be working for them.
Perhaps. You see some of these people seem to be ghosts, but other ones seem to be skeletons, and other ones seem to be almost like zombie-ish. So there's just parts of this imagery that's kind of spooky. But then you also see, in like this same painting, these are not separate images, this is like one long, like panoramic view. So there's a guy being chased, and then like right next to him, you see these like spectral birds sitting upright in these trees as if they're singing. And you see some jaguar cubs playing together in a misty meadow beyond the trees. And you see a group of these ghosts that are like gathered around a silver fire that seem to be resting, or you can see some of them, they look like jovial. They're like playing with dice. It's us for real!
It's for real. It's for
The
real.
origin of D&D.
They seem to be like playing with dice or just like doing stuff with their hands. Chilling. You also see that in these groups of people, you don't notice it at first because he kind of blends in, but you see one of these 9 gods is actually sitting there with these groups of just vibing people, and he's like offering them food and drinks.
Is there any distinction about what this particular god looks like?
Not necessarily. I think this one's just one of the... It's not the dog-headed one.
Okay.
That's the only one that's been specified.
Right. What is the dog-headed one doing? Because I am looking for him. He's in.
You see him floating
some
around.
of the images from the temple that I was in.
You see him. He's in one of the pictures, like the further down you go. In one of the pictures, he seems to be directing the dogs to chase some people. And then in another one, he's like throwing corn to a bunch of birds.
Do I see
There's a lot
any
going on.
that is similar at all to any of the gods in the pictures that I have seen in the Orlando Temple?
Which ones have you seen?
Again, there was the
What are the numbers?
on my temples
The ones in Knoppery.
T4
Yeah.
and T5. Specifically, I think it was the one down at T5 that had those. I mean, I can tell you which ones they were, and you can tell me if they're there.
Do you remember which ones?
Yeah, there was 3 for sure, 4 semi.
Okay.
So, obviously, there's the depiction of the jungle,
Right.
and then its parents, Sun and the Storm, and kind of the moon.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do not see any of them here. So you're seeing these images, and it just seems to keep going and going. And like I said, they kind of move as the light flickers, so you almost feel like you can see this guy, like the corn is like flying out of his hand as he's throwing it to birds. Forgot the word for birds. That was crazy. You see like the slobber from these dogs is like in motion and like flickers back and forth. It's very like, it very much almost looks like an animated picture as you're making your way down. Drakus keeps going and going. And then eventually the tunnel levels out slowly. And you can see that it's still not grand or anything. You've just kind of hit the end of this tunnel, and it's been hollowed out a little bit more into a room barely big enough for all of you to fit inside. This seems very much intended for one person at a time to be in here. You see that at the end of this tunnel, surrounded by gifts and offerings, you see there's some like jade and other stuff.
So, like, not paintings, but like actual items are here as like an offering at the end.
Well, there's paintings too, but I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
There's offerings all around this painting.
Okay.
You see lots of like precious stones like jade and obsidian and things like that. You see some very old looking weapons. You see some food, actually, that looks a lot newer. Like perhaps Drakus has been leaving stuff here. And it's like moldy and gross. Coins, that kind of stuff. Some bones, perhaps.
Like animal bones or like person
They
bones?
seem to be animal bones.
Okay.
That's a good question. What's the vibe?
Vibe. That seems sort of important.
To be fair, we're animals.
I mean,
But either way,
so I guess we're thinking about size.
but either way, it seems to be like centuries of worship of stuff left here. On the wall, smack dab in the middle, you see a huge figure painted. A crouched humanoid with the head of a hairless dog, facing what looks to be the spirit of a child. Say it's a lizard folk child. The child is standing in front of him, and he is crouched down and holds the hand of this child gently between his own. Right behind him are two identical figures, also like crouched in the same position, but they're completely black. They look like silhouettes almost.
Are they also large like he is?
Yes. They might be slightly smaller than him.
Similar head shape?
Yes. It looks exactly like him, just filled in all black.
3 heads, perhaps?
You see words painted right below this image. A long phrase.
Is it written in that old?
Yes.
Okay. Is this what she has tattooed on her arm?
Perhaps.
If I were to glance.
If you were to look.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're paying attention, she shuffles and shifts, and maybe her thing comes up again. It does appear to be the same thing.
Have either of us, I guess, learned enough of this language to be able to read it, or not?
Probably
really?
not.
Okay.
I don't think I know. I don't have a note that I know any of this language, but
I don't think I know.
So, General Dracus, do you know what this inscription says?
She says, hang on. Where's my notes? I thought it was organized. Okay, she says, she hesitates. And then, like, gets herself together. And she says, yes, I think. Only because it has been passed down in my family for quite a while. For all I know, I could be wrong about what it says.
Did you used to live up there?
My family has lived in this area off and on for many years. This temple has been in here. This temple has been here for longer than I could guess. My mother used to visit here. Her father used to visit here. Both of his parents would come here.
Are you kind of guardians of this temple?
I mean, I wouldn't prevent other people from coming here or anything like that. I'm not specifically guarding it from anyone.
Anyway, you were saying about the inscription?
Do you want to know what it says?
I would love to.
Okay. She like swooshes her cape around so it's not covering her tattoo anymore, and then she actually gets down like on one knee and crosses her forearm over her knee. So she's kind of like bowing in front of this image. There's more of the image, by the way.
Okay.
I'll get to that in just a second. Maybe I should do that first, actually. Hang on. Everyone stop getting excited. Where's the temple?
T9.
T9, okay. You see,
This is all in just this one image?
that's the main image. On the left and right walls, you see more depictions of this god, always accompanied by those two silhouettes on either side of him. And just a couple of the myths you
This
see on there.
Dog-headed god. With
This
the
dog-headed god.
Okay.
You got that dog. On other side, you see there seems to be a couple of myths on both sides. Some of the ones you notice and seem to be a little bit clearer about what they're about is you see a little story of what looks like this god hunting down the soul of a human that seems to be afraid to die. So there's a lot of, like, the human doing something clever to escape and, like, running off, and the god just keeps following them.
As a snail.
As a snail. Yes.
At once he's a snail. One time he's a snail.
Once he's a snail. Yeah, he transforms
One
into
time
various
the
things,
snail
and one of those things is a snail.
One time the snail is the answer to the riddle or the puzzle or whatever. Sorry.
And eventually this human just gets too old to keep running. But is clearly still terrified, like trying to crawl away on all fours. And you see this god finally catches up with them. And the human seems to, like, collapses against a fallen tree in the jungle. And is, like, brandishing a knife at this god. And this god comes and just sits next to him on the log. Another myth you see is a myth about a mortal who insisted on battling with... It seems to just be this god for the throne. A throne. There's a big, dark, shadowy throne in the background. You see this god seems to agree, but I don't know how you would tell this from images alone. The god seems to agree. There seems to be some kind of catch, and you can tell from context. Maybe you ask Drakus too, and she helps.
Since she knows the myths.
Mm-hmm. She does know the myths. Holy fuck, I could tell you his name.
Maybe
I mean, she's
Drakus should be
kneeling
the one
to-
telling us these.
It's true.
She's also
Roleplay.
Roleplay. She points to this story. And she says, this is a myth about the mortal who wanted to battle with the gods for the throne of Shibalba. This is what... This is the name. And she points to this dog-headed god. And she says, this is Bolantique. He's one of the gods of death. In this underworld. He agreed to battle with this mortal for the throne, but only if he got to pick how they would battle. And he chose to let the dogs of Shibalba pick between them. Obviously, the mortal thought this was rigged. Was very upset and unfair. So, Bolantique gave this mortal some meat to entice the dogs, while he had nothing. This didn't work. The dogs were not enticed. So the mortal was upset. And he said, "You're cheating!" So Bolantique agreed that it still perhaps was not fair. So he gave the mortal a magic bell that was used to call the dogs. This still didn't work. The mortal was upset. He said, "Bolantique, you are cheating." Bolantique agreed that perhaps this was not fair, so he gave him the bones of the vile. Some of the evil souls that are perhaps being punished for crimes. During their life. These are very attractive to these dogs. So he gave the bones to the mortal. This also did not work. And the mortal became very upset and frustrated. And in his rage, he threw the bones. And the bone hit a soul of a monkey that was laughing at him. And you can see this image. You can see that this, with the flickering flame, you can see this bone like spiraling through the air, and it like smacks this monkey out of a tree. The dogs quickly tore this mortal apart immediately.
After he threw the thing.
Because that's rude. A visitor in Shibaba is not to harm anything in Shibaba. The spirits, once you are in the land of the underworld, are meant to rest.
Is Shibalba the name of the underworld?
Yes.
Okay.
So he was quickly torn apart and dragged away into the dark tunnels to be chased for all eternity.
As you do.
And you can see in the last picture, the dogs are chasing away this guy, and you can see Bolentique is over crouched in front of the monkey, like helping him up. Monkey. Yeah. There's some other myths too.
And he always has
she doesn't go
those
into all of it.
shadows.
Always got those shadows.
I want to ask her about the shadows.
That's a good question that I also have. I have heard that perhaps these are two shadows, literally, like Bolentique just throws two shadows. Some people have said that perhaps Bolentique is actually three people.
Bolentique.
Some people think that perhaps this is supposed to be two of the other gods, but I don't think that one's the case, because usually Bolentique still has these two shadows even when he is depicted with the other gods. So I don't know. I lean more towards two shadows, but it makes him very recognizable. And this is a temple to him.
Are all the temples to him?
Why?
I do.
I mean, I guess that doesn't make sense. Why? Well, I mean, I was just wondering. There's an image of him in the temple that I was in.
Oh.
I did not see images of this god in either of the other two temples that I saw.
I may have to take a look at that.
In the temple that I was in, there was a dog-headed figure with two shadows holding his hands over a pair of two eggs. And Yuanti came out of them with their jaws opened in silent screams. That's definitely how I took it.
Hell
And
yeah.
not how it was described to me. And to the left of this image, there was a lush, beautiful jungle, and to the right, the jungle was rotting and dead.
Interesting.
So what does the are we ready to talk about what your tattoo is?
I suppose.
We've seen, if, I don't know if we've seen enough, but
Yes, that's most of what you see in this room. So yeah, she crouches down, kind of bows before the image. I thought about changing this some, and then I never did. So that's great. Awesome.
Well, what is the consequence of my actions?
Of my inactions.
Does she know
My
the,
actions of doing nothing.
like the original language?
I don't think so.
Okay.
She says it in
Her accent.
common? Whatever we speak here.
Common or Draconic would probably be language she knows. I
Um,
probably also know Abyssal.
Oh, that's right.
You know
said
Draconic
that.
too, right?
Yeah.
I know Elvish and Common.
Common, Abyssal, and Draconic.
Nice.
Whatever Common is here, it's probably honestly depending on how like isolated we are. Maybe it's not the same as Common in like Faerun, but
Yeah. So she kneels down, and she says, God of death, do not forget me on my last day. Let your arms be open as I fall from my body. Catch and lead me to your domain. I will go willingly. I will not fight against your merciful release. For I know of suffering, and I do not take you for granted, is what she says.
So why you asked her about it? I forget why you asked her about it before, and she was like, "It's nothing."
I think we were talking about, like, in the past.
Okay.
Like, at the very beginning.
I thought it was at the meeting for some reason. But
I mean, I asked why she never took me here. And she just kind of... Anyway.
anyway, maybe you should ask her again why she's never brought you here.
I mean, I get a sense why she hasn't brought me here.
Do you? Because I don't.
I guess, no, that was the one you
That was the one I described.
Hasn't it been a snake representation in this one?
No, not really.
I have something I want to do here.
Oh?
If she's done with her...
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Uh,
She has tattooed on her.
I would like to try something. You all should probably go back a ways.
Okay.
Just in case.
She says, oh no.
What are you gonna try?
Guess her first.
Something.
Okay.
I'll
So,
back up. I back up right
at
away. I'm like,
least-
okay.
I would hope at least 30 feet. Just in case something goes wrong.
I go 50. At least. It's hard to tell. I'm now watching the artwork, but in reverse as we're going back up.
Does
Ooh.
it tell a different story?
That's a
On
good
the opposite
question.
wall.
I think it's mostly the same because it was just kind of repeating images. However, as you go back up, you do notice that the fact coming out and having the light, like you're approaching the light, so like the walls are slowly getting harder to see, has kind of a different vibe than when you're going in. And like it's getting darker.
Does that also cause the god to have a double shadow?
Like the light?
Uh-huh. Because there's now two different directions of light.
That's a good point. Perhaps.
But I want to try and harness some wild magic and try and make a mushroom grow in here.
Okay. Like you wanna roll on the table? Or
I mean, it'd probably result in a roll. I am trying to get a specific outcome, but I also
Okay.
don't really have control.
What specific spells do you have? Anything particular for growing mushrooms, or?
I don't think so.
for trying to do okay. If you want to like we'll say you're like choosing to fail on saving against your wild magic, but you also have an intention, you can like make these mushrooms these mushrooms pop up and then like I don't know if I should have you roll to see if you also do something on the table or if just have you do something on the table also.
Either way.
Seems like because you're in the
You're
temple,
specifically doing wild magic too. So yeah, let's do that.
So, table.
Yeah. You're just trying to make these mushrooms pop up like in front of the painting?
Yeah, kind of like an offering, basically. Saying is like
If you roll a 1 or a 2, it happens anyway. Just more.
30. And this is why I had you guys back up.
You said 3?
Huh?
You said 3?
30.
30.
This is why, I want you
Up to
people
3
blowing up.
creatures you choose within 30 feet. So I guess no one.
Yeah.
If they've all backed away 30 feet.
Yeah.
Maybe yourself? If that counts?
Do what?
I mean, none of you were within 30 feet. Maybe we'll never know. You do, we'll say you get the sense. These mushrooms pop up, you feel your magic kind of snap, and some spell runs through you. And you're not exactly sure what it is, but as it, like, comes out of you, you get this, like, soothing, healing magic energy coming from it.
So I'm guessing that's 29 or 30.
Yes. So actually, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
You would have been lightly caressed by some healing magic.
I just didn't want to potentially fireball you.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also don't really trust myself in like the magic right now, because I imagine most of the times that it's activated, it's been something problematic.
That's true.
So
There's a lot of spooky stuff on here. I'm gonna give you a spoiler. I'm not gonna tell you which one it is, but there are a couple in here. Actually, I put it in more than once that make it so you randomly create a mushroom circle. So we'll add more onto the map whenever
nice.
that happens, and then you'll have these random fast travel spots.
Oh.
And I'm excited about that.
That's cool. And does the wild magic just happen anytime you use a spell slot normally?
Anytime he casts a spell, he's gonna
gotta
roll a DC.
Gotcha.
Right now, at this moment, if he gets a 3 or higher, he saves. But then every single time he rolls and succeeds, that number is gonna go up.
Right.
and then also as I level up, it perma goes up.
Gotcha.
The
Which
starting
actually works extremely well for this story in particular, and I cannot wait.
Interesting.
level. Like, everything okay up there?
Down, but yeah.
Down.
Down. Did you successfully make mushrooms at all?
Yeah. There's a bunch of little shrooms.
Can we come back?
Do a little bow.
In fact, actually, as you cast that spell, all these little tiny mushrooms pop up on the floor, and then you see
Do they pop up to 30 feet out so they're right up to where we are?
maybe. Whoa. And then, like, even as your magic relaxes, you see more fungus, like, spreading over the wall around this main image of Bolantique and this child. And it just kind of surrounds it.
We're good. You can come back if you would like.
Do we go back in? Or are we all going back in?
Yeah, I want to go
Because
down.
I want to see more of it, but I do think that I would be a little freaked out by this whole unstoppable mold thing. Actually, I would look at it and be a little, and then I would turn to you and say, "Can you stop it?"
Silence.
Haven't tried.
Just wondering.
I mean, this isn't mold also. This is mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Look, do you specifically have an affinity with mushrooms?
They show up frequently.
Okay. I mean, I'm also familiar with like the mushroom circle and stuff now because I traveled via that this last time. I don't necessarily think they're bad. I think that's very interesting.
Dracus says, yes, I was perhaps a little unreasonably nervous to bring you here with your affinity for the fungal. I didn't know if it would upset your magic or not. It seems to have done the opposite, actually. That was quite a nice breeze that blew past me.
Is
when you're-
mold not a fungus? I thought molds
It
were
is.
funguses. Are all molds funguses?
But are all fungus molds?
Yeah. This
What?
is the classic. This is the classic.
Like, I think all molds are fungus, but not all fungus is mold.
Okay. Okay.
Square rectangle thing.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
say, what are the Venn diagram? Yeah.
Fungus mold.
I mean, I guess technically, like, a mushroom isn't like a mold, but if a mushroom is growing on my sandwich, I'm not gonna eat it. You know.
But you'll put mushrooms on a sandwich?
Yes.
What the hell is up with that? Am I right, guys? Anyway. But yeah, that's it. It's a very small little temple. He just brings offerings here and leaves it.
General, did you have any particular thoughts about how you thought us seeing this would help? I feel like you have probably gleaned a lot more wisdom from your time spent here than us in just the 10 minutes we've been here.
Well, it was partially that we were talking about temples in general. With all this destruction that seems to be heading our way, you talking about reconnecting with the ancient ways and such, I get the sense sometimes I may have lied earlier. I have dreams. Sometimes.
You're acting so like overly shocked.
Right.
Try and sell
Yeah,
that you
Sen
didn't
makes
know.
It like echoes out.
Sen makes a shocked Pikachu face.
I feel like you overdo it because you try and pretend that you didn't know, but that
Right.
just kind of
She
means
she
you
rolls her
clearly
eyes at
knew.
me.
And I'm thinking to myself, this is why she and Yak get along so well.
That's what Drake is
You haven't
thinking too.
You haven't even talked to Yak, and you know.
Yep.
He's been at the window.
He listens.
It's true.
He's just peeking into the cave somehow.
Drake says, sometimes I have dreams about this temple. Sometimes I have dreams about the people who made this temple. I have a feeling that the reason that this is here and the reason that most temples are down there is because these people were fleeing from something.
Mm.
In my dreams, there's a sense of destruction and fear.
Do you think this has happened before?
Maybe? I've never seen any imagery of a three-headed dragon.
But you've also only been to one place.
It's true. So, perhaps...
And the people of this place have potentially run.
Perhaps if we find more of these temples, there's more to glean. I have a feeling that learning the language could potentially be very helpful.
Yeah.
All I have is this inscription.
On her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I can make another one. I can,
Write it down for
I
her.
have quite a...
Steady hand.
Yes. What's the word? I'm quite a scribe at times. It's a fun little hobby of mine.
We can do that when we get back to your place.
So I could make one of those, but learning a language from something like this is near impossible. But
So, do you know any of it, crew?
I do not. Although I'm sure, based off of the... Do you know any of the separation of the words at all and what you spoke? Not that their
perhaps
separation is
a
exact.
little-
I mean, we might be able to start a
Not
little bit with some
much.
of that, and then as we explore the other temples, we might be able to put more together.
So for the writing, I'll just tell you now. It's hieroglyphic, kind of a lot of icons
Mhm.
in it. Very complex, often written very closely together, like it looks almost smushed.
So it's like each symbol
And-
is its own word or phrase.
Yes. And like, you don't know anything right now. We'll get more information the more that you learn.
Which would make sense because the thing she said was quite long.
Mhm.
But I didn't get the sense that there was that many symbols.
It's
Yes.
not spiraling around her arm.
In order
It's
to
like a full
read
half
this
sleeve.
writing, you guys are gonna have to study it. So like, if she gives you this, you'll be able to study this. As you find more pieces of writing, you'll be able to study that. Whenever you spend 2+ hours studying the language, especially the more of it that you get, perhaps you'll find things that will be able to help you with that too. Perhaps there's an item that's going to give you a huge boost somewhere.
Like a Rosetta Stone.
That's a crazy thing to say. I don't know why you would say that. I'll have you guys roll an intelligence check, and it's gonna kind of function like a death save, except out of 10 instead of like 6. If you'll have a boost if you if you succeed, get all 5 on 5 successes. You'll be able to read it. If you get a fail,
Like 5 failures?
5 failures, you're gonna have to start completely over.
Okay.
You had some kind of
Mental block.
base misunderstanding of like some theory you had about the language was completely wrong, and you have to like start over.
And are we using the modifier you gave us?
Yes.
Dang, I wish mine was higher. It's alright though.
Yeah. And I'm sure we'll use that modifier for other things too. Yeah, that's how it's gonna work. We'll go
Is
over
there-
it again when it's relevant.
Anything we can do as we're doing this to get advantage on the rolls instead of just rolling a single? Like if I
There's
study
perhaps
for,
an item
or if I study for 4 hours instead of just 2.
gives you a boost such as that.
Okay.
Whether it's a stone, nobody knows. So, we're gonna have a time jump now of 1 year.
Oh my.
Is there anything
Really?
you guys want to do before that?
No, like before.
Like during the year?
Yeah. During the year, I have some stuff for that. Drakus reaches out to Scarp. She like offers that they work together and stuff. She brings them a bunch of gifts. Like cheese and milk, yogurts, dragon scales. She brings them a bunch of stuff. And
You should definitely tell your people that they are interested in that the dragons are interested in people. Not eating them.
alcohol.
I will.
And she brings all this stuff, and like the Scarf people take it, but they're super suspicious at first, obviously, because like she's kind of,
They did just plan an assassination.
a bunch of spooky stuff is going down, and suddenly Dragus is like, "Do you want a present?" And so Drakus leaves them alone, and then she comes back a little while later, and she has a bunch more stuff. And so she kind of keeps doing this with these implications of, I want a relationship of trading, and like slowly starts winning them over throughout this year.
Is there any particular place you want us to be during this year? Or like we going home type thing?
That's up to y'all. There's definitely, if you guys want to help Drakus win over Skirp. And she starts working on Pantheris too.
Oh, she is working on developing a relationship with
Yeah,
Pantheris?
so like Scarp eventually really starts to come around. Some of the dragons start like being like, I want that one. They start picking Scarp people. And as that is happening, some people in Pantheris, like along the edges of the jungle, Tuca has not emerged, but some of the other people, you start to see them like watching you more. And then maybe Drakus is like, give him some cheese. And so
Can I be completely honest? I am imagining the Swore tribal gifting situation.
Yes, exactly. It's with the flowers, and you've got baskets of fruit, and you're like, take this. Absolutely.
Like, that's the first thing that came to mind
That's
from this.
beautiful. I love that. It didn't even occur to me. Some stuff though. I assume you come with her to Scarp
Yes.
as these relationships start building. You know that Safkana was freaking out
Oh, while she was gone.
while she was gone after the visions. And was freaking out, like wanted to leave. She was like, we have got to get out of this valley. It's about to be destroyed by Satan. And when nobody left, one time you come back with some more goodies, and Sakana and her son are gone. And people went out looking for them, but you did not find them. So people think she just skedaddled.
I don't like that because I.
You wanted to go
What?
because you wanted to leave too.
Well, yeah. Like, there's a part of me that's like, that's not fair. But also, like, I don't like that because I feel like it's. I think that she would be bad doing it by herself. That she wouldn't be good at it. I worry about her son.
Mm-hmm.
Her son's an adult too,
I wonder
right?
if she's getting no.
No,
it's a kid.
it's a
He's not
kid.
an adult, but I think he's an older kid.
Yeah.
How old is the boy?
The boy. Franklin is having the worst day. I don't remember who Franklin was.
Franklin was the guy that you sent to the
Franklin
Shadow
was
Realm.
Oh, Franklin's the
Lizard
guy
man
sent to the
guy.
Shadow Realm, obviously.
The guy who disappeared for 6 seconds and then came back to a partially burning forest with all of his friends smited.
Smoot.
Right.
As far as you,
I don't
I
have
don't
anything
know.
written down, so I guess we'll never know.
I would.
Seems like it might not be important.
Definitely won't come back or anything.
You would like.
I would.
He would.
I would go home.
you want to go home?
Not for the whole time. I am going to, shortly after all this stuff happens, though, I'm going to go back and declare my intentions to work with Monteca and Scarp and Pantheris to, first of all, forge a bond between our communities, but also
How early on do you do this in the year?
pretty early on, like almost
Okay.
immediately, like as soon as I come back, I'm like,
Okay, cool.
I'm going to tell Jenner I'm not pursuing stuff with. Nice.
Oh my god! Dude! What the fuck?
Sorry, I just
You
held
did
up.
not have to do that!
I just held up a picture of me drawing the images from the temple that I saw. Only
Jesus Christ!
he's a little more doggish than I.
I
Intended,
need
really.
a
I mean-
picture of that.
I mean, isn't he supposed to be a dog-ish?
I'm gonna flash that on the screen.
Yes.
For only a second.
I mean,
Be a second
very
horrifying.
directly, I'm going to say the jungle spoke to me and told me that this is my path.
Okay.
My path.
Regardless of what anyone else says, I mean, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be working. I mean, I would love to bring Canoprian people into this help and the relationship between the different groups. But regardless of what anyone else does, I am going to be working with them.
Okay.
And I'm also going to tell them that the dragons are not demons. I'm going to
Okay.
tell Jenner this right to his face. I have met several. They are kind, warm, delightful beings that care for their people.
Lindgren is the ice one, right?
Yeah.
So kind of ironic describing him as
It's
warm.
warm. Well, not literally, but
That very much care for and respect their people. But they are not demons. They are not evil beings. Like I said, I'm not really looking to make friends. I'm just saying this is what I observed. You
Okay.
do with this what you will.
You can definitely tell he doesn't totally believe you.
Yeah.
He is devastated that you're leaving and that he's lost you.
And I keep repeating over and over again, the people of Monteca, the people of Scarp. I mean, I haven't spent as much time with I've spent time with the Panthers
have.
too. I'm like, they're all really, really good people. Like, they just want what's best for this entire valley.
Nobody wants
You
the
feel like
fire.
you're witnessing the breaking of his brain. Like he's crushed, he's devastated,
I invite him to come too.
I don't think he wants to do that.
I don't think he does either, but
Not right now.
The offering is there.
The vibe in Canabria. This is pretty early on, but you can tell almost immediately. This is a place full of magic users.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of magic users here. The
So
vibe
everybody
here
got that, huh?
since that vision has changed. And you're not totally sure what the deal is when you go home, but there's just this not exactly coldness. You have this feeling like you're being watched the whole time you're there.
I will talk to my sister quite a bit.
Dasha is
And I was
not
going to say,
there.
and Dasha is not there.
Dasha's not there.
Where is Dasha?
He says that she is on like a mission into Pantheris.
Okay. I will look for her when I go back to
Okay.
do Pantheris. Yeah, I wanna talk to my sister and see if she will give me the what's going on.
She doesn't totally know what's going on.
Did she receive the vision?
She did.
Okay.
Like
I said,
she's
Drew.
quite upset about it. She's like, my plants, the trees. Roll me an insight check.
I need to know what. 30-20.
20, nice. You get the sense that she's trying not to be obvious about it. You also get the same sense from your parents. But your sister especially is sensing a vibe here that she is extremely uncomfortable with
Like a vibe with me or a vibe in the
with Canabria.
Canabria.
The way it's
She just
changed.
seems relieved that you're leaving in a way that is worrying.
I ask her if she wants to come with me to these other places that they have fascinating plants everywhere.
She says
In fact, I say the people in Monteca would love to learn your farming skills.
she says, oh, like for a visit?
If you want to start out that way. I mean, if you're more comfortable with the visit than just, coming with me, that's fine.
You will say your mom is like nearby. And she says, oh, honey, a visit would be great. And if you wanna go,
To her?
yeah, she's talking to her. She says, if you wanna go, and then you could always bring back some plants, and maybe we can get some different kinds of herbs and stuff growing here. I mean,
Mom, would you like to come too? I'd love to have the whole family come and see me.
She says, oh, I don't know if I have the time for that.
I don't know if we're all allowed to leave at the same time.
But I think your sister should go.
Okay.
This is also the DM praying that she has some way to not have a million NPCs follow us.
Well, I wasn't planning on having her
know.
come with us, but maybe move to the mountains and everything.
She says,
Honestly,
maybe
probably
me,
use the farm and
your father
stuff as
could
well.
try to
Yeah.
make
time.
our way over there
I would like to,
eventually.
kind of one-on-one quietly with my mom.
Mhm.
And, Mom, how are all my brothers doing?
She says, what are your brothers'
I-
names?
I know,
God damn it.
I know I haven't always been,
fan.
I know I haven't always been, super close with all of them, but I do worry for them.
She says, oh, Gark He's doing good. I would love if he could maybe come and visit you at some point too. I think, Rain just doesn't really take him out to do his missions very often. I think he could really use the experience.
I can tell you right now, his personality would go really well with some of the friends I've made there.
She says, Cirque is doing well. His skills as a healer have really grown. I think he's really finding his place here.
In the call?
I don't think she pauses
For way too long.
and she says he's good. I don't think he has time to meet with you while you're here. So I don't think you should.
Okay.
I wouldn't bother him.
I will trust you. And then I lean in real close. I'm like, how are you and Dad?
She kind of you guys have hands, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
She reaches and kind of gives your hand a squeeze. And she says, we're okay. For now.
Why doesn't anyone want to trust me? Like, why is everyone staring at me? Is it just because I left Jenner?
She says, well, you left and now you're back and you're talking about all this stuff.
The good people?
Mm-hmm. But I think those visions really rattled a lot of us here. It
What?
really rattled the Mother Priestess.
I was about to say, what did the Mother Priestess say after that?
She hasn't been saying much.
What about the High Clerics?
Oh, the High Clerics they're busy, as always.
I mean, the visions were seen everywhere, and of course the immediate concern from everyone up in Monteca is that we in Canopry would blame them. Is that what's happening?
We are interpreting as best we can. Nobody's had the dream since, so it's a little bit hard to re-examine. But
Nobody's had any dreams since?
like the dream.
Like the vision?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The visions!
The visions!
She says, I just think that things are going to change very quickly. And I would like it
If we were visiting elsewhere?
if some of your siblings would go and visit you before they do.
I will. Are you good with them visiting me when I head back?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. I'll do that, and I give her a big hug.
Okay.
The last thing I want to do before.
Are you gonna snatch Gark too?
Yeah, I'll take her.
Okay.
I think he and, like I said, several. I think him and Gak sound like they'd get along real well too. So.
Him and Yak?
Yeah, Yak. Before I head out, I want to go back to my meditation spot,
Okay.
and I want to ask the jungle if it has any specific direction for me.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Please be good. 21.
Nice. Okay. You ask, you get an immediate response.
Okay.
It happens very fast. You're probably not totally sure how to interpret it. You get this feeling.
Again, different magic. I'm like having to interpret things differently than what I had before too.
You get this sensation like you are falling for a second. And this heaviness is sitting over your mind. You feel like you're about to fall asleep. In fact, it lasts for just a second. When you snap out of it, you're like kind of starting to tip off of the branch you're sitting on.
Okay.
And that's
it?
That's it.
So again, it was a heaviness and a sensation like I'm falling.
Mm-hmm.
I think the jungle is in trouble.
I think it's fine.
You don't say.
Oh, what about Scales? Does he have anything he wants to do in or before this year?
I would definitely try and get closer to Halsey.
Yes. The absolute moment you arrive in Monteca with Reilly and Gark. Gark's feet touch the ground, and he looks up and he sees Helsendrog. And Helsendrog sees him, and he says, I'm obsessed with that dragon. And the dragon is like, I hate him. And they immediately have this intense energy.
Enemies to lovers? Perhaps?
Enemies to...
Period.
It's like enemies, but it's like one-sided enemies, and like she still tolerates him. It's like enemies to something.
Who knows? We haven't gotten there yet.
Who knows? There's so much
It
time.
could be anything.
Okay. I'm gonna say once I
like
arrive with them out of
Screaming.
It's so good.
is there a
Jesus.
mushroom circle? Have you managed to make
I'm
a
pissed off.
over that year? Did he manage to make a mushroom circle up there at Monteca?
Do you want to try to make a mushroom
You
circle?
can try.
I hadn't thought about what if you're trying to get the results. I shouldn't have told you that was there. Fuck.
I'm just
If you
thinking.
want to just randomly release some energy and see if you can roll it,
Sure.
we can try to do that. I
I'm
don't know
gonna
if
say-
you're at the point yet where you can
Yeah.
intentionally do it.
I was
Maybe we
gonna
need
say-
to level up a couple more times.
I'm gonna say
Probably more than a couple of times.
the fast travel there would probably be the easiest way to get there. So I mean,
You do have a dragon.
it's a
that's
year.
type of fast travel.
I have a dragon.
Well, healthy.
Uh,
If you're all vibing together.
oh, okay.
Or you just mean to like between Canopria and...
Yeah, to take my siblings up there.
I mean, there's the place on the edge of the forest, so like
Yeah.
if nothing else, you can do that.
Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna make Gark close his eyes so he didn't see me slice my hand.
Oh, hang on. 3.
Slice both hands.
Okay. Did I tell you that, like, depending on the number of people, it requires different stuff? Okay, we can get more into that later. For now, 2 hands works.
Okay.
Oh! Alright, if you just wanna...
Yeah.
If you want a He-Man.
44.
44. That's not very useful right now. Unless... 44 is for the next minute. All your spells with a casting time of 1 action have a casting time of 1 bonus action.
Ooh.
Nice. That's one of the meta magics I have.
Nice.
This one.
Slay.
Alright, well, I mean, I'm sure we'll march up and I'll stop by and see Sen and Scarp before we keep climbing. I mean, maybe dragons are going back and forth now, so maybe we can catch a ride with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, so you Scales and Helsendrag are bonding.
Who's a good dragon? You can touch her snout and she actually calms down now a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, probably. Yeah, in fact, we'll say that animal handling checks on her now have advantage. Perhaps, like, persuasion checks and stuff from you, too. Her devotion to you is very intense.
Everything about her is very intense.
Yep. Alright.
That's her defining character trait.
It's true. Helsendrag. What might you find out about her? I don't know if you'd ask about her backstory much.
I mean, probably. It's a year.
Yeah. You learn, both from her and probably some of the other dragons that were up there that season, that she was in a clutch of eggs that, like, mid-incubation, there was, like, an avalanche or something, and a bunch of the eggs got, like, kicked out of the nest and separated, and Mom couldn't find most of them, so she kind of gave up on that clutch for that season, which means that they should not have finished cooking. So, like, most people assumed they were dead. And then she hatched anyway. It's time to cook! And then she hatched anyway by herself. Dragons are not normally super intense about raising their own young, but at least at first they usually do a little bit. Like feed them.
Like birds.
Yeah.
And her mom, like, left.
Yeah. So she hatched by herself. Still a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So managed to take care of herself. But the dragons up there during the spring and summer into autumn seasons, there's a lot of... They're working their shit out. There's some squabbling. There's some, like, mating rights stuff going on. Mamas are protecting their clutches. Dads are protecting their clutches. There's a lot of high emotions going on. And they're not always very nice to each other. And especially not to the younger, weaker dragons. So
No one was very nice to her.
no one was very nice to her. She doesn't tell you that. But some other dragons that were up there were like, yeah, we're not always very nice to some of the... And I think she got bullied pretty bad by some of the older dragons. Of course, Helsendrag would never say that. She's like, my son...
Unlimited. She was a lightning dragon.
She's like, I took care of myself because I'm such a badass. She's like, I don't need anyone. All these dragons that needed mothers to coddle them, not I. And so that's probably where she got quite a few of her scars and stuff.
So,
And also, probably why she's a little bit crazy around other dragons.
does anyone else know that she came from that lost clutch? Like, I'm basically saying, do they know who her parents are or who her mother is?
No one has, like, come forward or anything.
No one wants to claim her.
Her parents are like, Jesus. Surely that's not ours, right?
So
God,
upsetting.
I imagine that there are some points where she's like try to square up with like Lindgren and she just gets floored. Like when like those videos of like small dogs kind of beef with large ones. It's just
Did you see that one video I sent you?
Lindgren's
I sent
probably,
everybody.
Lindgren is like eating.
Mhm.
And Helsendrag's like, I'm gonna take that. You can't stop me. And it's just like being a nuisance. And at one point she like gets a little bit closer and Lindgren's like, squash. Ah! You see her later that day, and she's just, like, curled up. And, has 0 wounds. Lindgren didn't hurt her. But she's like,
Pride
I
was
was
squashed.
defeated today. Don't look at me.
By a fully grown adult.
Other stuff that you would know. So Pantheris, some Pantherans start poking their head out. Let me see that map again. Please take this map. I'm doing it again. It's happening. I can't interact with this map in a normal way.
The soundboard is activated.
This was the image I was thinking of Halsey and Lingren interaction.
Yes, absolutely. Squash. Just squished baby.
Squished baby.
So some Pantherans at C1, C2, and C4. C4?
Could say Camp 1, Camp 2, Camp 3.
Camp 1, Camp 2, and Camp 4.
I wonder if it's a Camp 3.
No. I just did that to fuck with you. They all become more comfortable, come to meet with you guys and Drakus regularly. When there's stuff going on in the jungle, they come and tell you about it. Because Drakus is also doing the same thing. She's like showering them with gifts and stuff, and eventually they start bringing stuff back. And
They hear the bell.
you hear the bells of the spore animals coming to deliver a gift.
I imagine I came down semi-regularly with them into Pantheris. Do I see Dosha? Dasha?
Dasha.
Dasha's hideous laughter.
You do not.
Dasha's mildly disturbing chuckle.
But from them, you hear that some disturbing stuff is
going
happening
in Canopria.
in Canopria. Not just in Canopria.
Also in some in Pantheris.
They tell you that a lot of the paladins, the devoted paladins, have moved out further into the jungle. And they're saying that the Mother Priestess thinks much the same as General Drakus. She thinks that they've been warned because they need to unite against this evil. So, she's sending out a bunch of paladins, a bunch of high clerics, to hang out in a bunch of places in Pantheris.
Not disturbing at all.
They have told you that a lot of people from the different camps in Pantheris are leaving to go to Canopria and not coming back. The high clerics in particular, some of the paladins too, but the high clerics, they say, are acting really strange. Like, they seem really high-strung all the time.
I'm here for the
Or
calls.
kind of speaking in tongues, muttering to themselves, like they're being a little bit weird. There has been some violence from the paladins towards people who are not interested in uniting. Before, the Canoprians did not have a nickname. Montekans are often called the Drakes. The Scarpish people are often called the Shades. The Pantherans are called the Jaguars. During this period of time, the Canoprians quickly become known as the Vipers of the deep jungle.
Yikes.
I'm a little like, that's kind of cool.
Right? It kind of rules.
It is kind of embarrassing, but
They don't have a ton of details because they're obviously all closer to the edge of the jungle, and most of the paladins are not coming this
far out.
close
Yep.
to dragons.
Might be a dungeon out here too.
When you ask, if you ask, they haven't seen Dasha either.
Okay. I want to sneak back in and see if I can see what's going on.
Where do you guys want to be right now?
a year later.
A year later. You've grown. Scales has a mustache now. No, he doesn't.
The only hair on my body.
He draws it on every day.
Have we been to visit like
Sen has glasses
the temple?
to show the time has passed.
To show the time has passed.
Do we
They
have
do
we
not
gone
have
to
one.
visit her temple?
They don't have lenses.
We don't have to
you
do that
could.
this time, but we can do that next time.
A kind of
If you
intermediary
want.
between the time jump thing.
I also need to try and sneak everybody in to see the other two.
Yes. Well, I can tell you. I mean, she kind of covered most of what is in that temple. I can just tell you what you saw,
Sure.
and then we can roleplay it some later too. Or we can do it all later.
Yeah,
Probably just do it
Let's
later.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it later. So what was the last thing we were? You said there was a scene or something. For,
Where do you guys want to be?
I mean, the whole reveal that they're called Vipers now is the scene, right?
No.
Or not?
I mean, it could be if you guys would stop now before.
It'll probably be Montega.
Montega.
Probably because I feel nervous going out, seeing as people are recognizing me apparently.
Only us.
yeah. Well, I'm
Well,
assuming.
I don't know if others are or not.
Do you guys all want to be in Montega? In the same
Sure.
spot?
I mean,
My
my siblings
For
are
your
up visiting with me, right? So I should be up there
Yes. Your brother and sister are having a pretty good time. It's a little bit hard to garden up in the mountains, but
I imagine that's something
Drakus shows your sister something called a greenhouse, and it changes her life.
I also imagine there's some barbarian fighters that rage to tilt.
Yes. Yak and Hork are absolutely two of them. And they're like, you need to dig? We can dig.
You've heard of a barbarian fighter. Now get ready for a barbarian farmer.
I think that's amazing.
I love this.
You guys, what are you guys up to right now? Oh. I don't know why I did that.
I'm probably focusing on helping Drakus with her relations with the different territories. That is something that appealed to me before, and I would like to be an active part of that envoy, I guess, that's going out.
Okay,
and,
so maybe
meeting
you and
with
her are
people.
discussing some of that right now.
Sure.
I think I've been working really hard to learn some of the temple language.
The temple
lost
language?
Temple language. We
Okay,
can we
from
can do
that
it.
one sentence, it's very hard, but go
Yeah.
ahead and give me a roll.
Okay. What am I rolling?
I would definitely also be doing the sum over the year, but
Sure. I've been doing that a lot over the year.
Because you're a fool.
Well, with such a tiny piece,
Yeah.
I feel like even we'll just do one roll for the whole year.
sure.
So yeah, you can give me a roll. You can have a plus. Well, actually, for this, it's just a raw roll. It's like a death save. So I lied to you earlier. Ha!
That's not what that's for.
You've fallen right into my trap.
Okay, it's just a raw roll. It's 16.
16. That's a 16.
So we're not adding our lost civilization check.
Yeah. Sorry, I lied.
When I lie.
Me when I lie to you. Am I
Was
right?
it was an 18.
18.
Nice.
Language. Successes. 1.
You want to roll a language,
I
Dave?
can.
Right now. For the year.
2.
Bro, he's basically dead.
Schmeat.
Schmeed? In this economy?
En esta economía.
I think
One. Okay.
I think Sun has been trying to.
Added a language success and a language failure counter.
Nice. Are you doing that now? Are you studying right now?
Sure.
At this opening scene?
Yeah.
Or closing scene, rather?
Yeah.
The opening scene of the closing scene?
You're out tossing a frisbee for Elsie.
Probably trying to do something with her. Yeah.
If it's a year later, she might be shedding.
Oh.
Maybe you're helping her with that. She's gnawing on her own, like,
She looks like
wrenching
Willow.
scales out of her legs and stuff.
She straight up looks like Willow then.
Yes.
Except with scales. And
Like,
scales.
helping her
also
scrub
next
a
to her.
little.
Yes, especially the smaller scales around her wings and stuff. Helping her, you're probably being way more gentle than she is.
Especially careful
She's
around
like,
the
just rip it,
weird
just rip it.
Yeah, she's definitely kind of intense about it. She makes herself bleed sometimes. It's like, girl, relax. Lingrid is like horrified.
She's like, are those scales gonna grow
Relax,
back?
girl.
Relax, girl. And then what happens?
So, you all are vibing, doing your thing. You're studying, you're chatting with Drakus, you're helping Hilsendrock shed. Molt. And a dragon flies up from, like, Scarp down below.
With a rider?
And a couple of riders.
Mm.
In
So
fact,
taxi.
you see the person driving, the person
In front.
with the reins is Montecan. But the people behind them, you see both some Pantherans. You see two Pantherans, and you see some Scarpish people too, all
Not
piled
gonna
on.
lie, I always in my mind called them Scarpies.
Scarpies.
I call them Scarpathians.
That's wild.
Pretty good.
And they look a little worried.
A little rattled.
It's not a great expression on their faces. In fact, Drakus immediately is like, oh shit. And stands up and she's like, can we finish this later?
Yes, we need to attend to this.
And she stands up, starts walking over to meet him. And these people all hop down. And the Pantherans, I'm going to say this is probably first or second time they've all been up here. So they look a little bit nervous. Big eyes looking around all over the place. But the Scarpish people have probably been up here before. Plus, they live in the cliffs. They know this terrain. And one of them... Actually, we'll say it's...
Bird?
Yeah, we'll say it's Bird.
Okay.
We should maybe discuss how you and Bird's relationship is going right now, but we'll do that later. He is there, and he jumps down, and he says, "Hello, General." He has no idea how to address her. He doesn't know if he's supposed to salute or what. Because a lot of people, a lot of Montecans do, but anytime somebody else does, she's like, don't do that. So they have no idea. So he's like, "Hi, General!" And she says, "What's wrong? You make face." And he says, "There's something going on in the jungle you might want to see." And one of the Pantherans says, "Please." Like, really intensely. And, Drakus says she'll be right there. She, like, hails for Erixis will say, who comes running. And she's like, during this time, you guys have been pretty involved with stuff. She's kind of gotten used to inviting you to stuff. So she's like, she gives you all a look.
Mm-hmm.
Main characters, would you like to join? She leaves, and you all sit here.
We all just...
Healthy, flight capable.
Yes. That'd be wild if their membrane came off and they regrew it, like antlers.
Ooh.
That'd be wild. It does not work like that.
I don't think anybody does. Nobody does that.
Nobody does that. So she's already up on her feet. And she's like, I am flight ready.
She's always flight ready.
So you guys can all hop on.
Yep.
And basically just nosedive down the cliff.
I'm gonna
Very
say,
little flying has to be done.
I'm gonna say I could
actually.
probably almost do this just flying
That's
down
true.
myself
You can
too.
do it yourself.
In fact, I probably really enjoy just getting up into the air and then just diving.
As an eagle,
That would be so
that
fun.
gives you
A rush.
that predator rush. You're like, this is what I meant to do. You guys
It would be a little
land.
much for your head potentially having all the blood flow it lost
True.
for too long.
I see the map again.
But
I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this next part on the map. So we'll see. You're like here. So you're actually very close to the temple.
Okay.
Okay.
T1 is the one that I was at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you all land around there after this other dragon. Dismount. They all start heading towards the trees.
Also, we like land at the cliffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in that area in between. The first thing you notice is that it's kind of quiet. A little bit. The next thing you notice is that even though it's quiet, it's been a year, so it's like wintry again. And though the jungle is always warmer than it is up in the mountains, you notice that the growth here has kind of exploded in a way it doesn't normally. There's a lot of vegetation here along the edge of the forest. And then you notice something emerging from the trees. And these people lead you over and use... Freaking trying to use my laptop as a touchscreen? Hello? You see what looks like a dark reddish purple tendril that is about 3 feet wide, sort of bulging out of the ground like a vein. And it hasn't left the tree line. It's right up against the tree line. And it's just reaching out from the jungle. It's kind of pulsing. It doesn't seem to be making any sound, but it's got this like squishy, pulsy movement to it, almost like a heartbeat. You notice that the vegetation growing all around it looks very happy. The leaves are huge. There's lots of flowers. Any fruit trees growing next to it are going nuts. They're like heavy with these giant fruits. But Scales, can you roll me a perception check real fast? I know you're vibing over there. I'm sorry.
No, see, I am going to come up and actually, I want to put my
Can you
hand on
touch it?
Yeah.
You die. No.
Maybe I grow.
You become a tree.
You become a tree. Nymphs.
That seems right.
he'll be nymphs.
You're a nymph. Touch a vein. Become a tree.
7.
7? Okay.
Yeah. My passive's 14, but 7.
Passive's 14. Okay. Here's what you do. You can't put your finger on it, but something's missing here. Like, you specifically have the feeling like something is missing, which is weird because there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of plants. You see animals just, like, hanging out around it, too. Like, some birds are just sitting on it.
Are there any mushrooms?
You want to roll me a perception check?
Sure. I'd love to.
But you have the feeling like something is missing here. Something's not right. Something?
That's 21.
21. You perhaps ask aloud, are there any mushrooms?
Are there any mushrooms?
You go
here?
poking around, looking underneath the leaves. Looking.
Scale says out loud, I feel like there's something missing.
And you're like, if
And I'm
Scales
like-
is perturbed.
Scales is my mushroom boy.
And probably in this year since you've known Scales, you've like grown to look for mushrooms more often, maybe? Like
They
you,
come to
you just
mind.
notice them more
Sure.
often. As you're looking under these leaves and sniffing around for them. In fact, you see that there's so much growth here that, like, a lot of the leaves, a lot of these totally overladen fruit trees, like, branches have fallen and collapsed. And they're not moldy at all. They're not breaking
Rotting.
down at all. They
So
look
it's-
like they could have fallen today, but, like, you don't know if they did. Like,
Okay.
moments ago.
Like I said, I go over and I'm like touching this thing.
So it smells super weird.
It smells very weird. The leaves that have fallen off of plants and stuff, fully green, don't look shriveled up at all.
What I'm looking for, kind of,
Like who might have done this, but also feels kind of racist.
well, I was going to say, I want to see if if I get a sense that this is Canopy doing.
Okay.
That's what you're thinking too, right? I want to just see if I get a sense that, like, am I familiar with the magic behind it, kind of.
Okay, yeah. Do me an arcana.
I guess that'd be like a detect magic almost, right?
Yeah, almost.
Do I
When you
detect
touch
magic?
it, you die. No.
Instantly grow a tumor. It's bad.
It's bad.
And it can't decay.
When you touch it, the skin on the outside, which is how you would describe it, skin. It's fleshy in
Fleshy.
nature, but it feels very tough.
Okay. I also have I have Eldritch Sight, which allows me to detect magic at will.
Oh, period.
So
Not suspicious at all.
I'm sure at this point in time I have shared with you guys that at some point I reached out to the jungle and I felt my magic actually switch. I went from being a cleric to being a warlock.
Interesting.
Like
Interesting.
it was it was from a direct contact with the being. What am I rolling again? Insight?
Arcana.
Arcana? A 9.
Which also, with that inherent detect magic, can you detect if it seems like this is the jungle's doing? If you have a direct connection to it, seemingly.
With a 9?
Is there any chance I can roll with advantage?
Maybe.
Would one of us help you somehow?
Somebody got a 1 recently, and I didn't give them a duck.
Vended.
So did I. Both of us. You rolled a 20 and then I rolled a 1 and then I rolled a 20 and then you rolled a 1.
You both need duckies?
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Which, I mean, I guess we're about to end, so you don't have to have these right now.
That's
Where
not
did
much
that go?
better.
Is that still there? It's right there. Okay, cool. I thought it flew.
Where?
Maybe I should have someone else Like I'm trying to
With
sense.
a
I'm
nine,
trying to detect the
you
magic.
really
Maybe somebody
can't-
else should be able, or maybe someone else should try doing an Arcana check.
Maybe it should be Scales.
okay.
Since he was the one
With a
who was
9,
like, is this Canopera?
You like touch this thing. You feel it has this very tough outer skin on it. But you can feel this like rushing sensation underneath going out from the jungle where it has disappeared. That doesn't make any sense. Going
So-
like it's
So
disappearing
the power
into
is
the jungle.
is
but the
in
power
the
is
jungle
pulsing out.
as pulsing
Emanating
outwards.
from the jungle.
Exactly.
Again, from my detect magic, does this have a canoprium flavor to it?
Doesn't have a Canobrian flavor.
I mean, officially, detect magic. You're supposed to
I know,
be
it's,
able
but
to
it gives me
know
like the type of
school
magic.
So it was like necromancy or some other.
Right.
But
What
Can also
school
do
of
an
magic
Arcana.
is this?
I think are healing spells technically necromantic?
Or
Feels
what?
like they should be.
or what?
Healing spells. Kind of a fun twist. Not what you expect, you know? You all walk up and you see this, and apparently you guys immediately start touching and licking on it.
Evocation on word.
Drakus says, "What the hell is that?"
Seems to be evocation for healing.
Yeah.
Which is boring. I can also do an Arcana.
Healings. Hang on. Actually, I need to look it up. What are you doing?
Arcana as well with 19.
19.
Also feels like nature could be a good shout.
Nature could be good.
But I have +1 in nature. This thing doesn't exactly feel natural.
No.
You get the sense that it's kind of a mix between enchantment, evocation, and necromancy. It's like there's a mix of energies going on here in these things. In this thing. What are you doing for like an Arcana? Like, what are you looking for? The vibes. With your Arcana, looking at the vibes, there is no fungus here at all. It's not breaking anything down. It's not coming anywhere near here.
No insects that eat things.
Any insects that you see are on the thing itself, not on any of the vegetation around it. All the plants are going nuts. The animals are like coming to touch it. Almost to an obsessive degree.
Do I feel anything when I touch it? Like, get a sense of what
roll
the
me a
hell?
con save. Cons.
18.
18? No. You don't.
Not a suspicious answer at all.
But you see that some of these animals and things look like skinny. Like you see some very skinny monkeys.
They don't try to run away when we come near them like they should and things like that.
No. They just want to touch.
What if I take out a knife and stab into this thing?
We should really probably wait.
Well, roll me an attack roll.
Is there a reason you're thinking about? Like, I pull my knife out and I'm about to do it. What do you say?
I mean, I'm not saying anything specifically. I would also probably stab it. I just want to end soon.
Yes,
Okay.
we're almost done.
An attack roll. That's a 15.
15. Your knife just kind of bounces off of it.
Mm.
It has a very high AC. You get the sense. Its skin is very thick.
You said it's red?
Yeah, it's like it's reddish purple color.
Does it look like blood?
It looks like something might be in there. Can't really
Is it
tell.
perhaps
It's
a vein
opaque.
of the jungle? As in within the veins of the jungle, perhaps?
Where the hell did you get that idea? You hear Drakus asking a bunch of questions. What the fuck is this? For starters.
What the actual
They don't know. The Pantherans are like... One of the Pantherans is like, I got my guys to follow it as far as they dared, and it just seems to keep going.
Like they went almost to like the edges of Canabria.
Not that far, because again, things are kind of scary in Pantheris too. So, they didn't go super far, but it just seems to keep going. Next question. I hate to state the obvious. Is this Canabria? Maybe.
They are obsessive enough that I think that is the probable cause.
Prime candidate.
Is this the only one? Why does the jungle seem to like it? And what the hell is it doing?
You know what I would really like to do, and we can do this next time.
Mhm.
I would like to go and bring my sister back.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting idea. You should write that down for sure.
She has a way with plants,
She do.
as you know.
Do you love to
Obviously,
speak with them, perhaps?
nobody knows the answers to any of those questions. They're like, the Pantherans are like, we're gonna talk to some of the other camps. We're gonna see if there's more of these or if this is the only one. Now, you guys can all kind of feel, and perhaps you're thinking yourselves, and then finally, you hear Drakus sort of mutter it aloud. The prophecy of Screaming Fire, which is what it has been called this past year, the prophecy of Screaming Fire. Do we think that this is the first step? Do we think it's connected?
My guess is the Canoprians did this as in a response to fortify the jungle
Attempts to.
and are probably creating it.
Perhaps.
Classic.
We'd have to follow it back to Canopria to find out, but I don't really want anyone following it yet. Not until we know more. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it does long term, especially with all these animals here behaving this way. She says, I think it's time that we try to find Eldest Tuca, see if he knows anything. If he's been involved with Canopria at all, he might. I'd also like to find out if there are more, what else they might be doing, all those questions.
Is this the only vein? I asked the group of Panthers that
They're
that
not
brought us
sure.
here. Is this the only one that they found?
This is the one that they found. They want to, reach out to some of the other camps and see if... Because they, just found it and were like, we gotta go tell Drakus! She says, I don't know how cooperative Tuca will be, but if we can
I
find
haven't-
him and try to talk to him, maybe.
I have an interesting spell.
So I think
I
we
like
should
this
find him
idea.
first.
What is it?
I think...
Chill touch.
Chill touch.
I think we should examine these things, but I don't think we should follow them yet until we know more. The next question is, who is going to go
Gee, I
look
wonder.
for eldest Tuca? Perhaps.
I've met with
We
Eldest
should- we
Tuca
should
several times in
go-
the past.
Okay, well, perhaps we should go reconvene and have a vote.
We all know
Or
what's going.
we could
Well-
just leave now.
Let's
The Pantherans are like, well, we could have a vote right now. These three seem ready to go.
to the Pantherans. Do you guys have any idea where the eldest is at this particular time, or where he would normally be?
We haven't seen him recently. Last time we heard
Oh, like
about
that.
him, he was closer to Camp 4.
Okay.
I don't know what they would call it. We were gonna head down in that direction anyway, see if there's any more of these vein things over there. My notes say, wants to have a meeting and vote on who should go. OMG, hear me out. What if it was the players? 'Cause I'm hilarious.
What if?
Um,
Guys.
Probably
do you want to go like get your sister and stuff first before you leave?
I mean,
or
we're-
you guys
we're-
want to leave like right now? We'll stop here either way. We're not gonna do the sister.
I mean, we're all the way down here. I'm going to suggest to Drakus that she go
She bring
back
her?
up, bring back my sister, and have her look at it and see. I think if you don't mind us taking Halsey,
Halsey would come anyway.
I would not be separated
We can't leave Halsey.
from my scales.
Which is ironic because she's shedding right now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
did the Pantherans want to come too?
They'll like come with you down that direction.
Okay.
After that, who knows?
I just meant to go. They said they were going that way anyway. So if we all wanted to travel together, are they going to travel on their other dragon, or are we all piling on to Halsey?
I don't think all of you could fit on Halsey, though she may protest. And like you guys can go around the edge of the jungle at first, but then you're gonna have to go in.
Okay.
And Halsey can't fly in the jungle.
She can fly over it.
She can.
She can land in the
Also-
trees.
She's also AC 17 with 140 hit points.
She can just follow behind us.
She can be there to prove that maybe dragons are demons.
That's true.
Then maybe dragons are.
Yeah.
I mean, I can fly. I don't have to be on the dragon. So yeah, we can just head out. Told the general we'll meet up after we have more information.
We'll reconvene.
The general's like, we didn't have a vote.
There was a vote. There was a majority vote. That we
That's
should
true.
go.
She looks relieved.
When those
You're right.
present.
Like time is of the essence.
General, you're so cute.
Next time we might do some goodbyes and stuff, but we could stop there.
Cool.
Gotta find eldest Tuca. What's your first mish?
Mish.
Might be in Camp 4.
Good. There is
Spoiler alert, probably isn't.
your eldest. Is
But
in
Dosha
another
might
camp.
be.
Huh?
Dasha. Sorry, Dasha.
Your eldest is in another camp. But technically, probably I'd have to roll to hit. But also, it's a stationary target, so like, how exactly does that work? But like, one of my cantrips is called Chill Touch,
Uh-huh.
and its whole thing is this ghostly hand grabs onto something, and its effect that is kind of interesting to me is until the next turn, the creature can't regenerate hit points.
Interesting. Like
Which,
using
like-
that on these veins.
Just to like see if something happens.
You might have to try that next time.